I just got FC26 early thanks to EA, and that can mean only one thing. It's time for me to begin my managerial journey. And oh man, I have been waiting so long for FC26. The menus have got me hyped. Okay, why is Bellingham aura farming in the background? Anyways, though, what we care about is starting our first career mode on FC26. Are you ready to lead a club on and off the pitch? Absolutely, I am. Oh, we gotta start off, though, by creating our manager.
私はここにいる。
Okay, this is new. You can now set your manager's birth date, although I don't see the point of that. I guess my players might send me like a birthday wish or something. Okay, I'm not making my manager look like this. To be fair, the club we're gonna manage, well, that could definitely lead to me looking like this in a few years. Do you know what? Let's go with the classic Cidinho look. But okay, if I become a manager with a fade like that, I don't think any player is gonna take me seriously. Okay, I think this is more of a trim that suits a manager. And yo, it now looks like I can cook up some crazy tactics. Maybe the return of S2G Ball. Now, there's a reason I've got a red tie, because the club we're managing is none other than the Red Devils, Manchester United. It's kind of now tradition on this channel, our first career mode with Manchester United. We did it in FC24, in FC25, and now in FC26. But the crazy thing is, because Man United get worse every year, this could be our hardest challenge yet.
Oh, it's hurtful.
Truthful.
And by the way, did you notice how cool the menus look while selecting a team? This is so much better than what it was before. It looks a lot cleaner. And there's some new stuff. Fan-based devotion. What does that mean? Oh, it gives you like the trophies they've won as well. 20 league titles, 13 cups, 3 Champions Leagues. By the time we're done with Man United, we're definitely going to increase that. By the way, the board expects us to win a trophy in our first season itself.
Is he having a laugh? Are you having a laugh?
I wasn't lying, boys. This might be a really, really tough challenge. And hey, that's what I want from our first FC26 career. And if you guys are excited for this journey, I need y'all to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, because there's going to be daily FC26 content coming your way. But okay, guys, I'm just going through the settings, and this is completely different. There is so much more here compared to like FC25. First of all, we've got the authentic gameplay. That is definitely what I want. Deeper simulation. We'll keep this on. Okay, this will give us like more detailed simulation for other leagues that we're not involved in. And I guess that's perfect, because we can keep an eye out on La Liga, the rest of the top 5 leagues, as well as probably the championship. Also in FC26, there's a manager market. I can't wait to see how that works. And this is the big one, boys. Unexpected events. We're gonna, of course, keep it on. I think it's gonna make this career mode so crazy. I just hope that none of our new signings like Mbumo and Sesko get homesick or something. By the way, we're keeping board expectations on strict, because come on, we're taking on the Man United manager job, one of the highest pressure jobs in football. If we don't deliver, we are gonna end up getting sacked. Also, we're gonna be playing on legendary difficulty. We'll probably bump it up to ultimate in season 2. But to start with, I think legendary is fine, because I've never played FC26 before. But now though, boys, it is time. Oh, and this is new. We gotta sign a contract with Man United first. Hello, Mr. S2G. We're pleased to inform you that after careful consideration, we would like to offer you the Man United manager role. Oh, and there's a clause in this contract. Finish in a UEFA Champions League place. So I guess if we fail to qualify for Champions League, we will directly just get sacked. But you know what? I'll accept those terms. I'm signing the contract, and there you go. Ruben Amorim is out, and S2G is in. Our FC26 journey begins now. Oh, and we're now in the proper career mode menus now. Although I must say it looks very similar to FC25, except for this blue tint. But this is definitely new. The manager market tab. I think this is going to be so hype. We're going to have managers getting sacked, joining new clubs, taking their tactics with them as well. But I think for now we should worry about not being sacked ourselves. And we can start working on that by assessing the squad we've got. And look at that, Bruno Fernandes, the main man, 87 rated, our captain. He is officially our highest rated player, but I didn't realize he's 30 years old. I still feel he's got maybe 2 to 3 more good years in him, so I do want to build our team around him. Now, the Man United board have completely revamped the attackers. Up front, we've got Mbumo, Cunha, and if that wasn't enough, even Benjamin Sesko. I mean, with Bruno Fernandes playing behind them, if we can figure out a way to get the best out of these talents, I don't see why Manchester United should be struggling struggling in mid-table. But then, of course, I look at the defense, Bayandir in goal, and then I see the Amorim tactics. I kind of realize why Man United are so bad. And I think that's the first thing we got to fix here. Figuring out a tactical system that we can get behind, that we can stay consistent with the players so they understand what we're doing. And yes, you know what that means. S2G ball is returning. And you just know S2G ball means intensity. I want my players to be running like crazy, pressing my opponents. And that's the kind of tactical vision we'll have. High pressing football. But most importantly, we gotta say goodbye to the Amorim tactics. Now, I did consider maybe a 4-2-3-1 with a couple of CDMs, but I don't think we can really play free-flowing football with this. I feel like Sesko would just get isolated up top. Instead, I want to try a more of a 4-3-3, a very classic formation. It's one that clubs like Barcelona and even PSG recently have used to dominate the sport, and I think we can make it work. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to go big with the 4-3-3, Kobbie Mainoo. I can't believe in real life Amorim doesn't trust him. I think he's one of the most talented players Man United have, and if we want to succeed here, I think we need to get the best out of him. And in this 4-3-3, I think he could play a really important role. Besides that, look at how much more balanced this team looks. Yes, there's still a lot of areas where we need improvements. Could do with some more depth in the midfield, more quality in the left back spot, definitely issues with the goalkeeper spot as well. But I feel like this is a really good base for us to build on. Most players are playing in positions they know, and off the ball as well, it looks super attacking, but also solid defensively. Not gonna lie, boys, I think I'm cooking already with S2G ball. Now, since we are Manchester United, there's really not a shortage of budget. 122 million to spend. But honestly, I don't want to rush into making signings, because that's what Man United do in real life, and they end up just signing the wrong players who don't fit their system. I'm still trying to figure out what's the best tactics and all here. So until I figure out how we want to play, I don't think we should make signings. And looks like the season is about to begin, the Premier League opener. And I'm right now giving my first ever press conference. And yes, boys, that does mean press conferences are going to be returning to this series. Your guys' comments, I'll be answering them. Make sure to make them as fun and interesting as possible. And let's see what you guys can cook in the comments. Okay, wait a minute. Our season opener is against Arsenal? Nah, man, just look at the team we're going to be up against. And look at our team. We're just figuring out our tactics. Oh, man, we should have at least addressed some of the problems in this squad. Like a left back or a centre mid or something. Okay, Man United had signed a goalkeeper in the window, Sen Lamens. Okay, for now, he'll go straight into the starting 11. But yeah, guys, I have absolutely no idea what to expect in my first game as Man United manager. I know Arsenal are second merchants, but look at their team. Saka, Gyökeres, Declan Rice. And here's me, a newbie manager, coming in to manage a struggling Man United team with completely new tactics. And here we go, boys, kicking off our first FC26 game. And okay, with this authentic gameplay, the gameplay feels so much more realistic. I think because it's a lot slower, a lot more tactical. I guess that's how you want it in career mode, maybe. As right now, Bruno Fernandes with the first chance. Shot completely goes wide. Look at me on the touchline, aura farming.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
More than the result, in this game, we need to know if our tactical system is working. If we can hold our own against a team like Arsenal. Okay, set piece against Arsenal. I just don't expect to score. They're the set piece kings, but you never know. Okay, nah, it's not happening. But you know what? 30 minutes in, I know we haven't created much, but defensively, it's all working. We don't need a 5 at the back system to defend. Also, I think everything is flowing through Mbeumo. I know how good he is, and with the pace he's got, he can prove to be absolutely lethal. Tries to find Sesko, but Raya gets there. Oh, but now Gyökeres has gone through. I couldn't stop him, and so is Ødegaard. Can we take him out? We can't, but Lamens, big save. Do you know what? Man United were criticized heavily when they didn't sign Donnarumma. Instead went for a youngster in Lamens from Belgium. But if he can keep making saves like that, we should be fine. But now in the second half, boys, and we kind of have a problem. We're just struggling to create any sort of chances. Do I bring on Ahmad? I know how much you guys rate him. He's a baller. Sesko hasn't really done much in this game, so I'm thinking we'll play Cunha up top. Ahmad on the left should be fine. And I'll bring on a bit of experience in Casemiro. Oh no, we're giving Arsenal a set piece, but Lisandro Martinez, their warriors defending. And come on the break, we could do something. I tried to launch it for Cunha, but it didn't work. It almost did. Yo, we're finally linking up well. Mbeumo's gone through. No, Raya with the save. That was like the first proper chance we created. It took 87 minutes. Oh, we could have gotten a famous win against Arsenal. And full time, the game ends 0-0. Mbeumo should have scored. But saying that, boys, there were a lot of positives. S2G ball is clearly working. Getting a draw against title contenders Arsenal Arsenal, I think was a pretty big deal. The system clearly works. It's just that we're lacking quality. We're not able to create that many chances. I feel it's because our midfield is weak. I would love to have more of a solid CDM in here. Someone who can maybe allow Mainu to go freely forward. Apart from that, maybe a better left back because Dorgu is still young and unproven. A centre back as well is on my agenda. Goalkeeper as well. Yikes, man. There's so much we can do to improve this Man United team. I'm going to really need your help in the comments. But you know what? There is one player who I think we should just try and get the signing sorted right now itself. Carlos Baleba from Brighton. He was heavily linked with Man United. There were even rumors for a 100 million plus offer, but somehow it never went through. But if we can bring him now, especially in our new system, he would just fit in perfectly. And look at that. We can now see his potential in game as well. 85 to 91. I think we got to pull this off. Well, looks like transfer negotiation cutscenes haven't changed one bit. Come on, EA. Maybe for FC27, you can start adding some new cutscenes. But anyways, I feel like it should be easy to sign Baleba if we put in like a decent offer, 38 million. I know in real life this deal would have been like over 80-90 million, but since he's only 81 rated in game, we could get a good deal here. Well, they want Lisandro Martinez, and I don't want to give Licha. He's just recovered from his ACL injury. I think he could be very useful for us. Let's try and get a deal done at 40 million cash. 40.4. You know what? I'm okay to pay the extra 400k. And let's now wrap Baleba up for a long-term contract. 5 years is good. That's exactly what I want. I'll tell you why long-term contracts are very important now. But first, let's celebrate the fact that we've got the young man from Brighton. Baleba is joining Manchester United. I have a feeling if we give him time, he'll be exactly what our midfield needs. Now, the reason I was saying that long-term contracts are going to be important, look at this. Harry Maguire, for example, his contract is expiring, but I cannot renew with him unless he wants to. That is actually crazy. That means if he doesn't want to renew with us, he could just leave for free. We'll have no say in it. I don't think it's ever been like this in career mode, and that puts a lot of players at risk. Next season, Bruno could end up leaving, and we can't even renew his contract now. I really don't know how the contract system is going to work. When can I renew my players' contracts? This could end up causing incredible amounts of chaos. But now we're heading into our second Premier League game of the season, and I don't like the fact that Mainu has no stamina. Of course, in this case, we'll then give Baleba his debut. I guess we'll have Mount play instead of him. I think he fits that role. Also, I want to test out Ahmad in the right wing position because I know how good he can be there. At the back, we'll put Lenny Yoro, also Dalot. Oh, and by the way, we've got the new Premier League graphics. I didn't even know this was in the game. How cool does this look? All right, boys, I've got only one goal in this game. My first 3 points. For that, though, we're going to need to score. Okay, these rainy conditions, the ball just moves so much differently. I don't like this spot. Ahmad maybe likes it. Good chance. Gotta say, so far, my favorite player has definitely been Bruno. He's so good in the midfield. But here's Baleba already making his presence known in the midfield. Right now, guys, with S2G ball, I'm not struggling defensively at all. But at the same time, I just feel like we can't create chances that efficiently. I mean, against Arsenal, we barely had one opportunity. And even against Fulham here, 28 minutes in, nothing much. But that could change now with Mason Mount finding some space again. Leno. I'm able to shoot from outside the box, but getting into the box has not been easy. And also Sesko, he hasn't really done much. Oh, finally a decent ball for Sesko. He's got the physicality, no. Ahmad looking for Diogo Dalot. And what was that touch? No matter how much we fix the tactics, there are a few players here who just have no idea what to do. I don't like this situation at all. What a save from Lamens. Oh, Bruno. No. That was a bad challenge. Our players are definitely feeling the frustration. It's going to be a yellow, but that could have easily been a red. Oh, finally a bit of space we can exploit. And here goes Amad Diallo. Doesn't really have that much space by the looks of it. Maybe the tired legs, and we ruined the chance there. Final third, our decision-making has been awful. That is now back-to-back nil-nils. You know what the media are going to be saying. S2G's producing a boring brand of football. They're going to criticize my tactics and everything now. You know what? Maybe we still need to just give it time. Our players are still figuring out this system. What we can do to help them out is by hiring the best coaches possible. By the way, I've just been called in by the Manchester United board. They are not happy with the lack of goals they're seeing, or they're actually not seeing. But yeah, just look at our board expectations. When I signed the contract, I thought it was just about qualifying for Champions League football, but we also need to win a cup. In fact, win the cup, which means it's only the FA Cup that's going to count. And I'm not sure if we fail even one of these objectives, am I going to end up getting sacked? Do you know what? Right now, I don't want to worry about that. We're facing Burnley. I just want to score some goals and get our first 3 points. By the way, if you've noticed for this game, Xerxes in the lineup. Gotta test out someone apart from Sesko because he's barely had a touch in this episode. Oh, this is bad. And Laments again with the save. I'm not going to lie. Is he like the next Thibaut Courtois or something? Because the Belgian has been saving us in this one. In fact, if we were to do like a player of the episode vote now, it would probably be him. Oh, and Kobe Mainoo inside the box. This is looking nice. He goes for a cross. Bruno Fernandes. I didn't know he could do that. So close to being our first goal. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. Laments with the save, the rebound. Here I thought we'd be the ones scoring our first ever goal. Instead, Burnley have. I'm pretty sure if the scoreline remains the same, we're going to be in the relegation zone. What's going to be the difference between myself and Amorim? Okay, Xerxes broken through. Xerxes broken through, and I finally get a goal. Maybe that was what we needed. Joshua Xerxes. We didn't trust him at all in this episode, and finally when we did give him the chance, he delivered. We're now in the second half, and although I got my first goal, I'm not satisfied, boys. We need to try and get a win. We could have a chance in the 90th minute. It's Mbeumo. What a first touch. Goes through and off the crossbar. Are you joking? Bro, I could have gotten my first 3 points there. That was the last kick of the game. And well, we're 13th after 3 games. To be honest, there's a lot of stuff we're figuring out, including FC26 gameplay. And you know what? I'm going to need as much help from you guys as we can get. Maybe we're doing something wrong with the tactics. Maybe there's another play that we should do. Let me know in the comments. Put your press conference questions in too. But yeah, next episode, transfer deadline day. It is going to be exciting. It's transfer deadline day and we are in trouble. You see, we chose Manchester United as our first career mode in FC26. But Ruben Amorim, the former manager, has left the squad in a complete mess. I mean, first I had to pin that awful 3 at the back system. We also brought in Carlos Baleba from Brighton to improve the midfield. But that was nowhere near enough, as in our first 3 Premier League games, we were shocking. 13th in the league now. We only scored 1 goal. I mean, the media are even calling us the most boring team in the Premier League. The fans are getting frustrated too. And to be honest, it's kind of crazy that this is our situation with a completely new attack of Matheus Cunha, Sesko, and Mbeumo. But for some reason, nothing is clicking. Maybe it's because this team has a lot of weaknesses in other areas, like Laments in goal. To be fair, in the first episode, he was your MVP. So good in goal, made those saves. I don't think I'm pinning any blame on him. But on the other side, Dogu, inexperienced. I think we could really benefit from having a better left back at the club. Maybe that's an area where we need to focus on. Midfield, we of course just brought in Baleba. I want to give Mainoo a chance, so I don't want to sign anyone else. And in the attack, of course, we've got 3 really talented players that I'm just hoping soon will come good. I think, boys, we can't keep it too complicated on deadline day. We just need to focus on getting 1 signing done, and I think I want it to be left back. Well, talking about a left back, we've got our first press conference as Man United boss. Is Dogu really a good fit for your system and for the team? I think a left back should be the priority, and maybe a signing like Lewis Hall would suit your team. Okay, first thing about Dogu, he is getting slightly better, grown to a 75 overall, but I don't think alone I can trust him to be the main left back of Manchester United. Now, we've got Malakia at the club, but he's submitted a transfer request, which is odd. I guess if he wants to leave, we've got no choice. I will accept the offer, but this happened out of nowhere. And the minute I knew I was hunting for a left back, Alejandro Grimaldo popped into my mind. There were a few brief rumors linking him to Man United. It never materialized, but we could pull this off. Some of his best stats, passing, dribbling, but since he's a left midfielder, I think we're going to struggle to make him into a left back, and that's going to cost him his growth, might ruin his career. Plus, one rule we are adding into this series: until Manchester United qualify for Champions League football, we cannot sign players from Champions League clubs. And well, Bayer Leverkusen, they're in Europe and we aren't. So yep, let's just forget about Grimaldo. In that case, one of the most popular suggestions was Lewis Hall, playing for Newcastle, 80 rated, 20 years old. That potential is there too, 82 to 88. It would take a bit of time to develop him, but I know the talent's there. But newsflash, Newcastle are a Champions League club now. They've got more prestige than us, and that means we cannot sign Lewis Hall. But man, the clock is ticking. We've even actually sold Malakia. Now, that'll give us the extra money, but that's not what we need. We need to find a really good left back who fits the criteria, someone who's not playing European football. I went through some more suggestions that you guys left. Anthony Robinson from Fulham was an option, but look at this, boys. Roma has gotten ahead of us. They managed to sign him. him. We left it too late on deadline day, and now we're out here struggling. Okay, but another suggestion from you guys was Ian Matson, 79 rated. Potential's there, only 23. I think him and Dogu would be really healthy competition. And as far as I know, Aston Villa aren't in the Champions League. And yup, I can confirm that they're a Europa League club, which means there's no restriction for us to try and sign him. And I think we gotta do it, boys. We do need some depth in that left back position. And since it's deadline day, I don't want to mess things up. We might be overpaying you, but we need to get this deal done. £30 million. Why do they want Lisandro Martinez in a swap deal, man? I don't want to give him away. Let's just get this done for 30 mil cash. They want a sell-on clause, but I'm willing to accept that. Again, getting him on a contract length of 5 years is going to be key. You guys know on FC26, it's super difficult to renew contracts. And just like that, we've made another really decent signing. Ian Matson to Manchester United. It is definitely a bit frustrating though that we're not able to make those big boy signings. And that's why this season the major goal is to just get back into the Champions League. And I think Ian Matson is going to really help with that. And oh man, just 4 hours to go now on transfer deadline day. And there's still quite a bit we could do with our team. Like a new centre back, probably improving that midfield. And I mean, we do have 62 million in the bank. But you know what, boys? I feel like right now on deadline day, we're making rush transfers. Plus, we're limited in the kind of players we can sign. We've already got a completely new attack that we need to integrate. Baleba in the midfield, Matson at the back, a new goalkeeper as well. I think for now, let's keep this money for January once we get to know our team more. And so for now, we're getting through deadline day. And this is going to be the Manchester United team we're going to be leading. And this is the team with which we need to figure out a way to get better, because ain't no way we're finishing 13th in the Premier League. Oh no, we've got a big test ahead of us. We're playing Manchester City.
It's over. We are screwed.
And we do have a press conference before this massive game. Wait a minute, Baleba is not happy about the results over the last few games. And he has liked an Instagram post criticizing your style of play. What are you gonna do? Yo, Baleba, you literally just joined us. On what basis can you criticize my tactics? Yeah, I know, S2G ball has kind of flopped so far. We've scored like 1 goal in 3 games. But yo, chill out, at least back your gaffer a little bit. Do you know what? I think we need to make a decision here. I cannot let my players just walk over me. And if I just let Baleba get away with this, you're gonna see the other players get upset when they're gonna get benched. And now we don't want that kind of a dressing room. And that's why, boys, I think I am gonna make a statement. Baleba will be benched against Man City. You want to criticize me, you do it to my face. Don't go on Instagram trying to create drama. But now that I'm making a statement like this, we better put in a good performance, man. And oh man, I am nervous. Our first Manchester derby facing Pep Guardiola himself. And of course, it's that man that we're gonna need to watch, Erling Haaland. By the way, I did decide to go for Benjamin Sesko in this game. I know it's a bit controversial because in the last game, Xerxes did score. But I feel like if we're going to compete with Man City and Haaland, we're going to need a physical specimen in their box too. Bro, it's been like 15 minutes and already Erling Haaland is breaking through. And wow, it is going to be a long night here at the Etihad, isn't it? By the way, guys, we haven't won a single Premier League game so far. So I think if we lose this game, my record is going to be worse than even Ruben Amorim's in real life. And looks like we are going to lose this game because Haaland has doubled his lead. We just can't compete. Okay, Sesko, good first touch. And bro, the goal is in front of you. Why are you trying to hit the linesman?
We're gonna need a physical specimen in their box too.
Shut up, man!
Okay, Mbumo driving the ball forward. Good to see. Looking for Bruno Fernandes, who's found a bit of space. Donnarumma. I completely forgot. City have got the Italian giant as well in goal. How are we gonna score?
That's the neat thing. You don't.
Okay, Kobe Mainu. Lovely pass here for Mbumo. Come on. Can he make some space to shoot? He can. And Mbumo with the goal. Maybe there is a bit of fight in this Manchester United team. What a finish from Mbumo. For everyone saying we play boring football, just look at that. Do you know what? Now we're playing so much better, moving the ball around smartly as well. Dare I say it, but in the second half, I feel like we've been the better team. It's just that in the striker position, Sesko is offering nothing. I can't believe how bad he's been. This has literally been the Mbumo carry job session. And he's getting a bit of support here from Sesko. Finally, he's doing something. Nope. Sesko going for it, but Donnarumma, how? Man City are making changes now. Doku's coming off for Mamouche. And I think that's our cue for us to make changes as well. We'll bring on Xerxes. Yo, Kobe Mainu is exhausted, man. Do I bring on Baleba? No. I've got to stick to what I believe in. Mount will come on. We'll also bring on Ahmad for Mbumo because he looks tired a bit. Bro, the things I would do now for a goal from a set piece, it would just be beautiful. Bruno Fernandes to put it in. Nobody was there to attack it. Oh, Bernardo Silva almost ending the game. Laments with a great save. And now can we make the most of it? Amad Diallo driving the ball forward. He's gotten past most, but Donnarumma again. He's superhuman. Do you know what? I might try a set-piece routine and see how that works. Mason Mount going back for Bruno Fernandes. Looking for a cross maybe. Cunha rising, but not good enough. Bro, in this second half, we've shown so much fight. Like, I don't think we've played this well in any of the games so far. We deserve something. And maybe Mason Mount. I can't, man. Donnarumma should be illegal. Ban him from this sport. Chance from a set piece. De Ligt's header. It goes in. We get a bit of luck. Matthias De Ligt. He's just saved us. Oh, my days. Look at the celebrations. Bro, even the pubs in Manchester are going off. Yo, man, that was peak. Manchester derby. And even after all the struggles we've had, we managed to get a point. Pep Guardiola is fuming there. And this is kind of proof that S2G ball is starting to work. Yes, it's only a draw. And yes, it's actually put us further down in the Premier League in 15th. But I think it's given us confidence that we can push on and do better. In fact, we've had 4 games so far this season, 4 draws. I don't think I've ever done that before. By the way, why do we have such a difficult fixture schedule? We're playing Chelsea next. We've already faced Arsenal and Man City. Bro, at this rate, we're never going to get a Premier League win. Well, at least for now, we've got the Carabao Cup. And oh boy, you guys know what happened in real life. Grimsby Town knocked out Man United. I think if that happens to us, I might just need to resign. But wait a minute. We've just got our first unexpected event. Homesick player. It's Baleba. Boss, I'm feeling homesick and struggling to adjust to life in Man United. This has been the first time I've been away from home for so long. Is there anything you think can be done to help me cope? Okay, now I feel bad for benching Baleba. Maybe he was just acting out because he was feeling homesick. But wait a minute. Baleba was playing for Brighton before, and that's about like a 6-hour drive from Manchester. Okay, that is kind of far. And maybe Baleba is just missing life back in Cameroon. The question is this going to force him to just leave? That would be absolutely brutal. Let's just see what action we can take. Well, we can basically do nothing. Or we could give Baleba like a week or so off. Give him time to spend with his family and then return. You know what? Since he did criticize me, I should just not do anything. Just let him play. He's got a 5-year contract. But nah, man, I don't want to be a heartless manager. This is going to test my man management skills. And you know what? We will give Baleba a week off. We do have Ugarte as backup, so it should be fine. And to be honest, I think he's only going to miss this Carabao Cup game. And anyways, I'm using this game to rotate the squad massively. Casemiro can do the job. Dogu's going to be back in the lineup. But honestly, I'm really hoping that Baleba's homesick thing can just be solved because I do not want him leaving. Okay, for now at Old Trafford, it's Barnsley we're facing. This should at least be our first ever win. And I'm looking for a good cross for Xerxes. The header, is that going to go in? How is it getting cleared away like that? Look at Maguire, bro. Why is he so slow? And we concede. Bro, the freaking Barnsley in the Carabao Cup. Bro, how much pace does Maguire have? My goodness, he's got 35 pace. What was I thinking when I started him?
I've got no legs.
Bro, as things stand, if we don't make a comeback, we're going to get knocked out in the Carabao Cup, just like Ruben Amorim. I can't believe that we're going to need reinforcements in a Carabao Cup game. I'm bringing on Ugarte. De Ligt as well for Maguire. I'm still keeping the attack same because I believe they can get us a goal. Xerxes, we need you to do something, and it's saved by the keeper. Dogu with a cross, and it's Lisandro Martinez, but he's too tiny. Oh, Xerxes broken through. Surely this is it, and we do get the goal. We're not going to get embarrassed just yet. And Ahmad looking for a cross at the back post for Cunha. Why did he bicycle kick it? Oh, Xerxes' turn. Xerxes' turn was brilliant, and he's not got the finish, though. One thing's for sure, in the second half, we are trying a lot more as the cross comes in. De Ligt's header again saved. Another set-piece opportunity. Lisandro Martinez's header goes wide. Look at the amount of chances we've had. We've been so wasteful. And it's another freaking draw. We can't beat a single team in 90 minutes, man. I can't believe how bad we are. And wait, it's going straight to penalties? Bro, this is exactly what happened in real life, and we know what happened. But okay, Bruno ain't missing. Bruno ain't missing. There you go. Okay, come on, Lamens. You're not Onana. You can get the job done for us. I believe in you. Lamens, and he dived the right way, but still couldn't save. Xerxes, you're a striker. Do your job. Do your job. I can't, man. I can't. I actually can't. Okay, all we need is one save. Lamens, no! Bro, Cunha has literally done nothing in this series, but at least he scores his pen. All we need is one save from you, Lamens. Show that you're worthy of being the next Man United keeper, but no. Amad Diallo scores his penalty. We just need to make one save. I'm gonna go right. I've got a feeling. No, he goes down the middle. Are you kidding me? At least we're still in the fight as Ugarte scores his. But I still need to make a save. Otherwise, we're getting knocked out of the Carabao Cup. And Lamens, you went the right way, but you can't see the ball. Are you blind or what? Bro, I legit feel like Ruben Amorim in disguise right now. We're out of the Carabao Cup. I just know you guys are enjoying watching me struggle. But hey, if you guys are, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe to the channel. FC26 content is going to constantly be coming your way. And you know what? I'm actually doing worse than Amorim. Because at least he managed to get a win. I'm still winless. Now, the good thing is the board don't really rate the Carabao Cup. It's not part of our objectives. So this is not affecting my job. But if I keep this up and I don't get my first win soon, bro, I'm going to just get kicked out and we'll be on that manager market. Oh, man, it's funny how our players just aren't delivering. Like Cunha and Mbumo, I'm expecting so much more from them. Even Lamens, who by the way was our best player in the last episode, he won player of the episode, yet he couldn't save a single penalty this time. I'm kind of wondering if we need to adapt S2G ball, because this 4-3-3 is not doing the job as I needed to. Okay, I wasn't expecting to debut S2G ball 2 so early, but I'm thinking we should move to a 4-4-2. Let's try it out. This is one of Man United's most iconic systems. Under Sir Alex Ferguson, they won everything like this. Now, I'm not sure if this will work for modern football, but we gotta give this a try. I guess in this system, we'll have to use Amad on the left. We'll have Cunha play up top as a striker. This is kind of how it will look like on the pitch. I do feel our midfield is gonna be weak like this, but let's see how our attack works. By the way, Baleba is still homesick, not available. I think he should be back for next week's games. And until then, we're going to test out our brand new system. But the fact that it's against Chelsea has me worried. Then again, if we can make things work here, get a result against the Club World Cup champions, it could kickstart our season. And instantly having Amad down the left is creating options here for us, at least down the wings. And it feels like we are playing a more recognizable brand of football. Oh, with our fullbacks overlapping as well. This is good, but Mazraoui's delivery not so. Although we're still on the attack here. And Mbumo trying something gets taken out by two players. How is that not a pen? Okay, Cunha playing more centrally is getting involved as well as Bruno Fernandes does brilliantly. Has to be Bruno, but how? Ter Stegen making a save. Fair enough, Chelsea managed to sign him. Do you know what? This is the best start I think we've had to a game so far. We are the ones dominating. But until we can make something of this dominance, it is kind of pointless as Cunha forcing another save. By the way, Amad has really impressed me in this role. He's now driving the ball forward. We need some movement in the box. Why is Sesko not making a run? Cunha does make the run, but he's way offside. Sesko's movement there was embarrassing.
I'm not seeing enough movement.
No, no, no. They've broken through Chelsea with a cheeky chip, and they've missed. That would have been the most undeserved goal ever, because we've been so much better than Chelsea. But it'll be worth for nothing if we can't take our chances, man. This could be something we could make work, as here's Mbumo looking to get it inside, but again, just getting tackled so easily. And that's full time. Another draw. What are we doing, man? 5 games into the Premier League season, we've got 5 draws, 5 points. We've only scored 3 goals. Do you know what? Even ignoring the tactics, I think it's also got to do with the players we've got. Sesko is simply not performing, and I don't know why. His movement is just shocking. I think I'm going to bench Sesko for a while and play Xerxes. I also feel like this formation is a lot better. You saw how good Amad was feeling. Also, as if things weren't going bad, look at this. A tactical breach has happened. I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man. Somehow, our team's tactics have been leaked online. S2G Ball 2 has officially been leaked. Meaning your opponents might adapt their tactics to counter yours. Decide if you want to do some last-minute tactical changes. Honestly, boys, we're playing Brentford, so I think we should be fine. But I wonder who leaked our tactics, man. Surely it's not Baleba, because he seems to be fine now. He's back in the squad. In fact, I will play him instead of Kobbie Mainoo. But anyways, boys, it's about time we go out there and get our first win of the season. Like, it can't keep going on like this. Ian Maatsen is on the attack. Looks to find Cunha, who just about kept himself on. This is good. If he can bring it inside, does so. Cunha goes for it blocked. Oh, and Baleba, it doesn't look like he's homesick anymore. He's looking to dominate that midfield. Still got the ball. Looks for Xerxes, but he couldn't do much. I'm really enjoying Ahmad, man, as he finds Xerxes with a nice pass. If he can bring this one inside, which is exactly what he's done. Xerxes gets a goal. I think I just need to trust this man more, because whenever we play him, he shines. And suddenly things are so much better now as Bruno looks for a cross. Cunha's diving header saved. Uh-oh, we've got some defending to do, and Matson does no. I thought he did a good job, but he's conceded a pen. Well, I have no expectations from Lamens to save it. There you go. The one game where we actually took the lead, we instantly give it back. Like, brilliant. Bruno looking for Mbumo. He's found that space. He's found that space. Keeps going, and that's the goal we needed. Gonna have to defend better, and Lamens making a good save. Matson clears away. I don't want to give up our lead we've worked so hard for. Baleba again with a strong challenge. I think we made the right call giving him a bit of a break, because he's put in a really good performance. As now it's Ahmad looking for a cross at the back post. Cunha's header. I think he's onside. That should give us a bit of breathing room. Also, I have to say, Amad Diallo on this left side has been a complete revelation. Maybe this 4-4-2 is the tactical system we need to focus and develop. It will definitely need us to change a lot of players, maybe sell a few. But do you guys think this is the way forward? Because it's clearly the system with which we are getting the best results. I know it's only early days, but we'll keep testing it out. Bruno looking for Cunha, who manages to get the goal. His second, by the way. Putting him in that left striker role has also changed him. And tears in my eyes, boys. We actually won a football game. Oh, man, it's taken us 6 Premier League games to do it. And with that one win, boys, we've managed to break into the top 10 of the Premier League. Funnily enough, boys, we're still unbeaten. But look at who's top of the Premier League. It's Brighton. Suddenly, I understand why Baleba was feeling homesick. He probably wanted to go back to Brighton so he can try and win the league. I have no idea how they're league leaders. By the way, there's one cool feature in FC26. When you're looking at the Premier League tables, you can click on any team and you get to see their squad, and we can now see why this Brighton team is performing so well. It's this 19-year-old Greek striker, 72 rated. Somehow he's got 3 goals in 5 games. Their left back Maxime de Cooper has been one of their best players too. Mitoma as well, man. What a baller. You know what? Thinking about Mitoma, if we do decide to make this 4-4-2 a permanent thing, 100% we're gonna need to sign another left midfielder. The only option we have there right now is Ahmad, and that simply can't be a thing. We need more squad depth. I mean, yeah, we're gonna have a huge January transfer window if we do decide to stick with this formation, and that's why I need some advice from you guys. What system do we continue using? There is money in the bank, so we should be able to adapt once we get to January. Man, we've got some big decisions to make. Rumors are flying around social media that Marcus Rashford wants to return to Man United. And to be honest, I would take Rashi back in a heartbeat. I know how good he is. It wasn't me that rejected him and loaned him out. It was Ruben Amorim. But okay, wait, Rashford has just posted, "I love my life at Barcelona. Stop spam calling me Manchester United." Well, he shut down any and all rumors coming from our side. I definitely think it was the Man United board trying to spread these rumors to try and make Rashford come back. But why would he trade playing at Barcelona for Pedri and Lamine Yamal and instead come and play with us draw merchants? I mean, look at this. We've played 6 Premier League games so far, 5 draws. We barely know how to score. No surprises at all that Rashford wants nothing to do with us.
Don't call me. Don't come by my house. We're done.
But saying that, I've been working really hard to try and fix the mess Ruben Amorim left us in. We've tried a variety of different tactics. Of course, we signed Baleba and Ian Matson. Of course, it had to be my luck that Baleba is somehow homesick, but it does look like he's fine now. On the tactics front, we struggled a lot earlier on. But now we've come to a conclusion that the 4-4-2, inspired by, of course, Sir Alex Ferguson, might be the play. But there's still a lot of work we need to do to make this work, maybe even make some signings. The money is there in the bank account, 61 million to spend, and I've been seeing some really good suggestions from you guys. But for now, we're still a while away from the transfer window opening. We've got to just survive in the Premier League first. Don't forget, our goal is to get a Champions League spot, win the FA Cup, without which there's a big chance I could just get sacked. Do you know what? Let's not set any lofty ambitions. Let's take things game by game. So I think our goal now is going to be by the 1st of November to try and break into the top 6. I feel like that's a reasonable goal. I mean, we do have some tough games, especially this one against Liverpool away at Anfield. But we got to start getting results if we want to make Man United great again. By the way, you guys have been extremely mean in the comments, man. Amorim, 4 games, 4 points, knocked out by Grimsby. S2G, 4 games, 4 points, knocked out by Barnsley.
Someone cooked here.
Bro is really enamored in Regen. There's even 397 likes on this comment.
Yikes.
To be fair, bro has just put in a fact. I can't even dispute it. Yes, we got knocked out by Barnsley in the Carabao Cup. Yes, we are the biggest draw merchants in the league. But hey, things are getting better with the 4-4-2. We are playing better football. And you guys do think that this is the system we need to try and build on. Now, we've got a press conference question here. Amad Diallo has been really liking that 4-4-2 formation. And he's been doing brilliantly. But Kobbie Mainoo isn't liking it because he can't play. But there's a chance if you play one formation over the other, one of them might leave in January. That is definitely one downside about the 4-4-2 system. We've only got slots for 2 midfielders. Bruno, of course, is a guaranteed starter. The other position where there's a bit of debate is between Baleba and Kobbie Mainoo. Now, recently, we've been playing Mainoo there because Baleba's been acting up. He's homesick and whatnot. But now that he's fine, I think this battle is going to get a bit crazy. We've even got Ugarte in that position, so a lot of depth. That is the one downside about this 4-4-2. We don't have a squad that's currently built for it. But saying that, I still feel like Kobbie's only 20, 78 rated. He should be fine to be on the bench as a super sub or occasionally a starter. I don't think he should be complaining and leaving just yet. But yeah, this is an issue we've got to figure out a solution to. By the way, if you guys are enjoying this Manchester United career and want to see it daily, you guys got to keep subscribing, man. We're trying to hit 3 million subscribers, and it won't be possible without you guys. We're now gearing up to face Sunderland in the Premier League, and man, we've got problems. Amad Diallo just does not have the stamina. That's the thing. To use the 4-4-2, we probably need another player in that left wing position, but we just don't have it. Even Amad is kind of playing out of position. Now, I did see a lot of your comments. Dorgu can actually play in the left midfield spot. Now, I don't know how good is he going to be, but let's give this a shot. Also, I think up top, we have made the choice to be trusting Zirkzee more, because my goodness, man, Sesko has been on a horror show so far for us. Also, against Sunderland, I do want to play Kobbie Mainoo. Now, we recently just beat Brentford, and that's why I am kind of feeling confident against the newly promoted Sunderland team, but they're the ones attacking now. We've got Dorgu playing in this left midfield spot, and I'm not really sure what to expect. So far, though, he is showing what his pace can really do as he looks for a cross for Zirkzee. Diving header, but he missed. That cross was legit put on a platter for Zirkzee. He should have scored. Sunderland attacking, and I went for a bad challenge there. We're lucky it wasn't a pen. Uh-oh, Sunderland have gotten in behind, but that's good keeping from Lemens. Did the job. That's another half-done where we're showing signs of being the draw merchants that we are. I just feel like we don't have enough attacking outlets, man, which is crazy considering we've got Cunha and Mbumo. I think we really need Amad for the second half because as good as Dorgu is, Amad has that X factor about him. Also, do I bring on Sesko? Do you know what? Zirkzee missed a sitter. Let's give Sesko a run out. All right, repeat it with me. We are not drawing this game. We're not drawing.
All right, repeat it with me. We are not drawing this game.
Shut the f up! Thank you.
Okay, we might actually lose. Laments making a big save there. De Ligt with a really nice pass right there for Dorgu. Controls it well. Looks for Cunha. I need some movement, Sesko. I need some movement. The defender read that. Kobbie Mainoo looking for Benjamin Sesko. As it's now Mazraoui going forward here. Back for Sesko. Now to Bruno. We're moving the ball nicely, but there's no space to maybe get a shot. Cunha gets taken out. Referee. Oh, I see Sesko. Sesko's made the perfect run. This could be his chance. Finally, Benjamin Sesko has arrived. He's actually scored for Manchester United. It's only taken him like a couple of months. The truth is, in this 4-4-2 system, we haven't really trusted Sesko. Maybe this is the system he needs to shine. Bro, this 4-4-2, it just gives me that wing to exploit with Dorgu, who goes for a lovely cross, but Sesko didn't end up attacking it. And what did I say, boys? We aren't drawing this game, and we do get the win. But this is just the start, boys. We're heading to Anfield next week. Liverpool is going to be a true test. By the way, what is this press conference question? Kobbie Mainoo had a bad day at the office, judging by the 0 key passes completed.
Boom. Roasted.
Okay, that is a rough question here from the journalist. I guess we'll just motivate Mainoo. But yeah, I'll be honest, he didn't have the best of games here against Sunderland. Wait a minute, boys. Again? Another player's homesick? And that dude, it's our new signing, Ian Maatsen. Bro, is there something wrong in Manchester? Has the weather been that bad? Both our new signings do not like the city. I guess with Baleba at work to give him some time off. And I think we'll do the same for Ian Maatsen. The problem is, we don't have much squad depth. We're using Dogu occasionally as a left midfielder. We kind of need him as a left back as well. We're going to be in the mud if we end up giving Matson some time off. Do you know what? Let's do this. Let's just tell him to be a professional and focus on his football. We'll see what happens. Well, his morale has definitely gone down to unhappy. But hey, we can still use him on the pitch. That's a good thing. And honestly, I'm glad we didn't send Matson away because I need him against Liverpool. We're going to have Ahmad starting as well. We'll stick with the 4-4-2. The only big question we have, who starts in the striker position? Xerxes or Sesko? I mean, Sesko just scored the winner against Sunderland, and I think we got to reward him for that. So, tough call, but I'm putting Sesko back in the lineup. I feel like so far in the series, I've just hovered between Sesko and Xerxes. Sometimes it's Xerxes who's performing. Recently, now it's Sesko. But I will say, between these two players, it's Sesko who's got the bigger potential. So if we can get the best out of him, we got to try and do so. I'm already nervous, boys. Anfield here. A Liverpool team that has got Florian Wirtz. Mo Salah as well. I don't know how we're going to compete. But you know what's crazy? So far in the Premier League, we're the only club that's unbeaten. Yes, it's with a crazy amount of draws. But hey, unbeaten means unbeaten.
A few moments later.
But okay, Liverpool are a bit crazy. Alexander Isak already giving them the lead. Well, they are last season's champions. Probably the favourites this time round. Of course, this was going to be a challenge. But hey, I remember earlier on in the season, we faced Man City and Haaland cooked us. But what did we do? We fought and made the comeback. I know this team can fight. We've got the system to do so. But man, Liverpool's team is so good. They've even signed Alejandro Balde. Uh-oh, once again opened up, but Lenny Yoro does well. But it's still Liverpool on the charge. Nothing I can really do to stop it. They've been keeping all of the ball. It's Florian Wirtz looking inside for Isak. Turns and shoots, but Lamens with a good save. And Arne Slot's team is tough to play against. I think on the counter is where we'll have our best bet. Cunha needs to find Mbeumo. Can he control it well? Oh, that first touch was lovely from Mbeumo. He looks to find Sesko, which maybe was a mistake. Bro, we haven't even had the ball in this game. It's been that difficult. Liverpool have just outclassed us in every way. And now Frimpong has managed to pull through like that, and he almost doubled their lead. Do you know what? We got to make some changes. I'm bringing on Xerxes, Mainu as well. Some energy into the full-back spots too. But even with all those changes, we offered absolutely nothing. Liverpool at Anfield get the result. This definitely was a reality check that we're nowhere near the level needed to win the Premier League. But hey, at least with the recent few results, we've moved up to 9th. We've also now got our first defeat in the season. But wait a minute, our next game too is a difficult one against Brighton. They're second in the Premier League. Do you know what? I'm thinking of adapting the 4-4-2 because I'm starting to find a few weaknesses in it. I feel like the connection between our midfield and attack is often non-existent. So sometimes there's like a big gap. What if we switch to a 4-4-1-1? It's basically like a 4-4-2 up until the midfield, but in the attack, it'll switch down to having a cam and a striker, and we can then have Cunha play like a shadow striker. I think this might be able to get the best out of Cunha, and maybe we could see a better version of Sesko as well, playing as a lone number 9, the fox in the box. And another change I want to make to my build-up style is go to short passing. I think this way we can control the game a bit more, make those triangles on the pitch. Also, one thing we need to do is kind of train Ahmad to play that left midfield role, because that's where we've been using him. It'll take like 45 weeks, but we gotta do it. That is now officially the 3rd new tactical system we're trying. But hey, I'm sure this one's gonna work. I've got a feeling that we can get a good result here against Brighton. By the way, we do need to keep an eye out on Brighton's Mitoma. He could potentially be a transfer target for us. Sesko holding the play up, looking nice as now we find Mbeumo. Oh, the turn there, the pace there, but Mbeumo's finish. Bro did everything right up until the final third. Bruno Fernandes dictating the play from deep. Back for Bruno. This is looking nice. If he can maybe find a bit of space, maybe Bruno could himself unleash an effort. But he's going to pass for Mbeumo here, who's got that change of pace. Still Mbeumo. Lovely cross. Sesko bicycle kick. That would have been the dream. Uh-oh. Now on the other end, we've been exposed here. This is really bad as Lamens just didn't move. Brighton have taken the lead. Bro, on one end, Sesko could have scored a wonder goal, and instead we're 1-0 down. Cunha does really nicely there, but he needs support. Baleba is providing it. Now Mbeumo looking for Cunha. Amad Diallo, this is much better now. If we can get the ball into the box. Sesko's made the run, but again, he just does not have the finish. Bruno Fernandes, Mbeumo, seeing Cunha. Back for Mbeumo. This is our chance, but again, we get tackled at the last minute. Mbeumo, Cunha, he's broken through. Proper chance. Cunha couldn't finish. How many chances do we actually waste there, man? We should have beaten Brighton here. And if that wasn't bad enough, our club has got a bank dilemma. An audit of the club's finances have uncovered some significant financial problems. As a result, 30.5 million of your transfer budget has been taken away. What? This now means that out of this 60 million budget that we have, we're only allowed to spend like 30. And bro, we needed this money for January to try and maybe sign a left midfielder, improve this team. Well, the Man United job just keeps on getting more difficult. We may have a problem here. Bayandir, our backup goalkeeper, who we've barely given a chance to play, he's been making scathing press declarations and interviews, publicly discussing his wish to leave the team. We're asking you to take a stand on this and quickly solve the issue. To be honest, I'm not surprised. He's barely getting any game time. We've made it clear that Lemens is our #1 goalkeeper, at least for now. Wait a minute. I could legit terminate his contract?
Jim, I'm sorry. You're fired. Get out of here.
I don't think we should do that because that's going to cost us money. But if we do that, it will send a strong message to everyone at the club that bad-mouthing me is not going to work. But I think this is what a sensible club would do. Isolate and then sell in the January window. I think, yeah, that's what we're going to choose and do. And you know what? We can now actually not even use him on the pitch. It says unavailable, player absent indefinitely. We do have Tom Heaton at the club as backup, so that will do. But I guess we can now use the money we get from Bayandir's sale. You guys know our budget just got halved. We could potentially even recall Radek Vitek for the backup position. But right now, boys, on the pitch, we gotta figure some stuff out, man. We're 10th in the league. Just 2 wins all season long. That's gotta change. And guess what? We're facing Spurs next, who are having their own struggles in 16th. This is a chance for us to get a big win. Okay, against Spurs, I think I'm gonna put Xerxes back in the lineup. Also, I want to try something. We'll bench Cunha for this game, have Bruno play in the cam spot. That way we'll get to try both Menu and Baleba together. I wonder how that's gonna work. When I see Bruno making a nice run playing in the cam position, but Van de Ven, he's one of the fastest centre-backs in the world. He made that look easy. Oh, Spurs, they're already on the attack. De Ligt doing a great job. Come on, man. Spurs are 16th in the Premier League. They're having their own struggles after sacking Postecoglou. We need to make the most of this game. But right now, we're just defending. Lamens making a big save. Wasi Ahmad making the run, and this is good. Finally, a bit of chance for us to maybe do something. Ahmad has still got the base. Tries to cut it back, but there was nobody. That's one thing about Xerxes. He's not really a poacher, so sometimes he's not in the right positions. Ahmad looking for Mbumo, finding space, and there you go. We desperately needed that, and it's Mbumo who gets us the goal. His 4th, by the way, of the season. Oh, but Spurs aren't going to sit back and watch, and Matthias Dell with a really good finish. Bruno Fernandes finding a bit of space, and he almost squeezed that in. Somebody stop Spurs right now, man. I just cannot handle this. Lamens with a good save. Bruno Fernandes seeing the run of Ahmad. Maybe we could do something here. I need Ahmad to keep going, and he does. Gets the cross in, but why was there nobody in the box? Bro, I'm bringing on Sesko, man, because Xerxes isn't doing the job. We'll also bring on Cunha for Menu. Get some more attacking players in there. And let's try out Sesko to be a complete goal poacher. But right now, we're just getting opened up. Lamens with a big save. This is good. This is good. We've finally broken through. Mbumo's got the pace. We know that. He's broken through. Still Mbumo. How is the defender doing that? But we keep trying. Mbumo's done a brilliant job, and he's got the finish. Oh, you beauty. 86th minute, and he might have just won us the crucial 3 points. We'll take that, boys. We needed this win. And that Mbumo madness has given us a bit of breathing room. We've climbed up to 7th in the Premier League. Now, I did say by November I wanted to be in the top 6. We're now in December. We're not in the top 6, but we're close. In fact, we're not that far off as well from the top 4. About 3 points away. I told you guys, our goal this season is to get a Champions League spot. I don't think it's impossible. But we're now in December, and we don't face a single top 6 club. No Spurs, no Man City, none of that. I mean, yeah, games like West Ham, Wolves are all going to be challenging, even Villa and Newcastle, but these are winnable games. Now, against West Ham, I am thinking of making a few changes. Lenny Yoro's been incredible, but I want to test out Lisandro Martinez as well. We're going to stick with this 4-4-1-1 because I think it's good. It got us the win against Spurs. But again, we're back at the same question. What do we do with Sesko? Do I trust him or Xerxes? Both of them have been super inconsistent. Before this game, though, we do have a press conference. The guy who leaked your tactics was a mystery player who's not very happy about his game time. How will you find out who it is? Remember in the last episode when we just shifted to the 4-4-2? That tactical system got leaked, and it gave our opponents, which were I think Brentford at the time, a bit of an advantage. Now we stuck to our guns and still got the result, but still it was not good that our tactics got leaked. And apparently it's a player from our squad who did it. I have no idea who it is, but look at our next question. Benjamin Sesko wants to go to Newcastle. He's not happy with the way things are at Man Man United. Could it be Sesko who leaked our tactics? I hope not, because he's still a baller. We're just not able to get the best out of him, and I think soon he will start performing. For now, I'm going to start him and just assume that it wasn't him. Yeah, and looking for a nice pass for Sesko. That first touch was good. The angle is difficult. Big save. You know what? Sesko getting a chance in the first 10 minutes is definitely a good thing to see as Cunha now linking up with Bruno Fernandes. What a block. Uh-oh, I completely forgot that West Ham have got Jared Bowen, but Lamens read that really well. Bruno Fernandes, I'm just waiting for maybe a passing lane to open, and it did open with Cunha, but he couldn't control it. Bruno Fernandes is really having a good game here. Maybe he could do something, finding a bit of space. Oh, the loose ball falls for Cunha. Back to Bruno. Mbuemo again blocked. Okay, something from a set piece would be really nice. Sesko's header gets saved. Oh, Sesko. That is nice. Now it is Cunha controlling that one really well. Goes for goal, but drags it wide. Cunha now looking for Sesko. This is positive. Sesko goes back for Cunha. These two have linked up really nicely, and there's the goal. That is why we've got Cunha playing in that shadow striker role. This is what he can do. Okay, Baleba, look at the way he's shielding the ball, keeping hold of it, and just controlling the game. Brilliant play from him. Bruno Fernandes sees the run of Ahmad. I need Sesko in the box to make a run. He tries to get ahead of his man. Couldn't. Although the loose ball has found its way to Mbuemo. How? How do you miss from there? Okay, Bruno Fernandes could help seal this game, and it's off the post, bro. We literally are the unluckiest team in the league. Finally, Sesko gets it, holds it up nicely, links up well, and then the first touch was so bad, but surely Cunha, oh my days, if he would have missed that open goal, we would be having big conversations here. We end up beating West Ham 3-0, and this is exactly the kind of result we needed. Okay, wait a minute here. Again, Baleba is having an issue. This time it doesn't seem like homesickness. He just wants a leave of absence. I really need to take a day off to deal with an urgent family issue. Do you know what? It's just a day off. There are certain things bigger than football, absolutely. I don't mind that. He's got over his homesickness by the looks of it, so we let him have a leave. He will miss this game against Bournemouth, but I think we've got Menu, so we're fine. Also, I want to continue using Sesko up top because I feel like he's forming a bit of a connection with Cunha. Actually, boys, Cunha in this cam role has just improved so much. Look at the way he was able to find Ahmad there as we look to find Sesko, who should have done better. Uh-oh, now we've given away a chance here for our opponents, and what a banging finish from Bournemouth. I guess we are missing Baleba. Bruno Fernandes, I see that run being made by Ahmad Diallo. It's brilliant. He tries to square it, which I think was the wrong play. Yo, Bournemouth are giving us a proper fight, man. We're struggling defensively, and De Ligt does a good job. On the attack we go to try and make a comeback. Here's Mbuemo looking to open up some space. Does so, but again, couldn't find the finish. But yo, Mbuemo this episode, he's been everywhere. Probably our best player. As we look to find Sesko's turned his man. Oh, for a second, I thought the real Sesko had arrived. Ahmad looking for that cross for Benjamin Sesko. It's off the crossbar, and on the rebound he couldn't attack it. Bro, I feel like something is wrong with Sesko. He is so unlucky. But okay, Ahmad has broken through. Ahmad has broken through. He squares it for Sesko. There was no way he was missing that tap in. I am feeling relieved that he's actually scored. Now Cunha's breaking through as well. Could help us score, and that's exactly what he's done. The emergence of Cunha now in that cam position needs to be studied. With the win secured against Bournemouth, we're now so close to being in the top 4. 5th right now, just a couple of points off Aston Villa. And honestly, it looks like we finally found a set of tactics that really work for this team. The 4-4-1-1 with the short passing, the high pressure, everybody's playing in roles they understand. It's working. It's really, really working. By the way, look at the top scorers in the Premier League so far. It's Trossard with 12. Ollie Watkins is there. Isak is there. And this kind of sums up one of our problems. You got to scroll way down to find a Man United player, and it's Cunha, who's only recently started scoring. There is so much we need to address once we make it to the January window, but it's such a shame the board has nerfed us, man. We're only gonna have 30 million. Let me know in the comments if you lot have any ideas on what we should be doing. But one thing's for sure, there are gonna be some signings. When I first became the Man United manager, I couldn't handle the pressure. Our tactics were not working, our players were getting homesick, and all we were doing on the pitch was drawing games. And you guys two were bullying me, calling me a Ruben Amorim regen.
Emotional, damn it!
But lately, things have gotten better. We scrapped our entire tactical system, moved to a more classic 4-4-2, then we evolved that into a 4-4-1-1, and now we're seeing goals from the likes of Cunha, Mbuemo. And yes, although we did get embarrassed in the Carabao Cup, we have managed to climb to 5th in the Premier League. And remember, our goal this season is to get back to Champions League football, finishing top 4, and we're so close to being there. The truth is, though, I don't think our squad is ready to get into the Champions League. We just have no squad depth. Amad Diallo is our only left midfielder right now, and that's not even his natural position. We desperately need to sign a left midfielder to add something to our attack. And the good thing is the January transfer window is opening in a couple of weeks. But the bad thing is the board has had a financial dilemma, and because of that, our budget has been squashed to half. I guess we're gonna have to deal with all these restrictions until we make it to the Champions League, because that's where all the TV money is gonna come. That's where we can really take Man United to the next level. So for now, I guess we're just gonna have to deal with it. Now, we do have a few games before the window opens, and honestly, this could be a really good time to assess the squad a bit more, see what areas do we need improvements, because it's not only the left midfield spot. I think our defense also lacks a bit. Lamens in goal, he's growing and growing, but is he the right man for the job? I want to use these next 3 games to figure a lot of that stuff out. By the way, we've got a press conference question. Mbeumo is unhappy that his teammates are missing easy goals. He misses the goal scoring threat he had from Wisa at Brentford, and he wants things to change. Otherwise, he'll consider a move to Newcastle. Nah, Mbeumo, you can't do that to us. We finally found a player that we can rely on, and it's been him. In fact, he was your player of the episode from the last one. Now that Mbeumo is 86 rated, I can see why he's feeling like this, that maybe he's outgrown our Man United project. But all I can say is he needs to keep a bit of patience. It's taken me quite a while to fix the mess Ruben Amorim left, and now we've got a formation that I really think works. So I think, yeah, over the next few months, we will be able to convince Mbeumo about our project. I ain't letting him leave. Also, I didn't realize our next game against Aston Villa is such a big fixture. They're the team right above us. All right, boys, I've done a bit of quick maths. If we beat Aston Villa here, we're getting into the top 4 over them, so this is massive. Already, we're playing some good football. Cunha going for a goal from distance. That would have been insane. Rebound falls for Ahmad, and we've taken the lead. That might be one of the earliest goals we've ever scored. Dare I say it, boys, but it looks like Manchester United are back. We are playing so much better than when Ruben Amorim was here. Especially Amad Diallo, man. He's moving like crazy. Emi Martinez forced to make a save. Okay, we're just getting beat for pace, but De Ligt, what a tackle. Bro, this formation has genuinely saved my life, because look at the way we're able to create. Even Benjamin Sesko is woken up. Okay, maybe not.
Hope is a dangerous thing.
We have to deal with a bit of pressure here from Aston Villa. We're trying to get the ball off them, but we just simply can't. Ollie Watkins with a chance. De Ligt went for it. It worked. And now it's Ahmad leading the breakthrough. This could be huge. I'm waiting for some movement. Cunha, no, we couldn't make it work. Oh, we've been opened up at De Ligt. What a monstrous performance so far from him. Corner coming in. This could be bad. What a save from Lamens, and no, a rebound. But the linesman has got him. Let's go. Bro, we need to be careful, man. After our goal, it's been all Aston Villa, and we've just been hanging on. Let's get the ball to Bruno, and he turns, which is looking nice. Now Cunha. I see Ahmad in a good spot. He's going to look for the first time cross. If Sesko can win that, he can. But how is Emi Martinez saving that? And Mbeumo hasn't really had the best of games, but here he goes. On the charge now. Looking to create something all by himself. But everything just gets blocked. Oh, and by the way, look at Jadon Sancho. I didn't realize he was playing against us. He's right now playing against his parent club, so I don't want him doing anything crazy. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, what a lovely ball for Sesko. Surely. And yes, Benjamin Sesko. Everybody goes straight to him to celebrate. Do you know what? That ball from Bruno Fernandes was absolutely ridiculous. And I think finally we've figured out how to get the best of Sesko in that lone striker position in a 4-4-1-1, because then he gets enough service to cook. I want to keep this momentum going by beating Newcastle as well. Look at the problem, boys. Ahmad is out of stamina. If we play him, we're going to risk him getting injured. I guess we're going to have to play Dorgu. This is exactly why somehow in January we need to bring in a big player for that left midfield position. Maybe not a big player, but someone who can at least give Ahmad some competition. For now, we will rotate the squad quite a bit. We'll bring back Licha, Menu. And come on, boys. We rarely secure back-to-back wins in the Premier League. Now is a chance for us to do it. Oh, and already an early charger with Benjamin Sesko going through. We scored early in our last game as well. And no Sesko.
He's done it! That is a foul!
Why did you try and toe poke it? It was such a simple goal. We're going to regret that mischance, aren't we? Oh, maybe we won't. Yes, we will, because it's cleared off the line. There's Anthony Elanga, former Manchester United player. We just can't keep up with him. He's too quick. And he's gone through all by himself. Big save from Lamens. Oh, Sesko and Mbeumo linking up really nicely. It's a very tough angle from there. I wasn't expecting him to score. But it does give us a set piece. And you never know. De Ligt's header glancing wide. It falls for us. Bruno Fernandes has got space. He hits it straight at Nick Pope. One thing's for sure, we've gotten so much better at creating chances. That was something we were struggling so much before. And look at us now. Dalot's going to cross this one for Sesko, but he's just not battling for anything. Anthony Gordon might be a problem. Going from distance, that won't be a problem. Dorgu has now got the ball. And this is why we need a new left midfielder. He's a left back, and that's why he completely ruined that attack. That could change now as we now manage to send Bruno Fernandes through on goal. Does he have the pace? I think he just about does. And Bruno Fernandes with the goal. 1-0 up against Newcastle. Okay, this is where Dorgu can really shine, but I'm not seeing much movement. Sesko, why was he holding his run back? I don't really get Sesko sometimes. Instead, Bruno Fernandes is getting the job done for us. It definitely felt like Bruno fluffed his shot completely. But hey, it went in and that's what matters. 3 points against Newcastle as well. We've now made it to January. And would you believe it, we're in the top 4. Ruben Amorim could never. And that too, we're comfortably in it. 3 points above Man City. They're having a horrible season. Liverpool are way above us. I don't think we can squeeze our way into a title race. But top 4 is looking like a real possibility. And also, boys, FA Cup is about to begin soon, and I don't want to embarrass myself like how we did in the Carabao Cup. And to be honest, the FA Cup is very important for us because it's one of our board objectives. If we lose, there's a good chance I could get sacked. Okay, before that FA Cup game, though, I do want to start improving our team because, hey, we're in January, and we do have about 30 million to spend. I'm just gutted that it's not 60. Otherwise, we could have made a really big signing that would have impacted us a lot. To be honest, we are also currently limited on the kind of players we can sign. No players playing in the Champions League will even want to move to us. For example, I was really keen to bring in Jamie Gittins. I thought he had the potential, the pace is there. He would have been amazing. But of course, Chelsea are in the Champions League, so it would just not work. I saw some of you guys suggest Callum Hudson-Odoi, but I feel like we could do better. Now, when we faced Brighton earlier on, I did speak about a certain Japanese winger, Kaoru Mitoma. I can't lie, boys. I feel like he would be incredible in our team. The pace is there, the dribbling is there. I don't think we've got a player like him on the left side. Look at all the play styles he's got as well. Just perfect for a winger that can get goals. And okay, I know about his age. He's 28. He's not going to give us too many years. But we've got Ahmad in the team too, who we can rely on growth. Mitoma is a player who probably will perform from day one. Just like Cunha, just like Mbeumo. And for some reason, Brighton aren't asking too much money for him. He's available for less than his market value. This could actually be really crazy. For just 22 million, we might be able to get a deal done. Okay, they want Lisandro Martinez, but I don't want to do a swap deal. But nah, at 22 million, we've pulled it off. Let's try and give him a 4-year deal. I think now we're in a much better position to sign and attract talents like Mitoma. We're in the top 4 next season. Champions League looks like a big possibility. And that's why I don't think it's going to be difficult to lure Mitoma from Brighton. We did it with Baleba, and looks like we've just pulled it off with Mitoma. Now, I'll be honest, this is not a crazy long-term signing, a superstar signing or anything of that sort, but it's a short-term signing that should help us get success right here, right now. And these are the kind of signings you need to make in January to just fill the gaps you have in your squad, and that's exactly what we've done. The fact that we've got Mitoma, Cunha, and Mbeumo feels like we've kind of robbed the rest of the Premier League, signing their best players. And I would still like to maybe improve that defense, but we're kind of out of cash. There is a way, though, we could raise a bit of cash. I don't think we need players like Casemiro in the squad anymore. Or dare I say it, even Harry Maguire. I'm also going to try and sell Bayern, so you never know. Okay, I have put Casemiro on the transfer list, but his contract's expiring anyways. I think he might just retire. I'm not sure. Same thing for Maguire. Wait a minute, boys. This just happened behind my back. The board sold Bayern. I knew this deal was going to go through, but nothing came in my transfer offers. Even Harry Maguire has just signed a pre-contract agreement with Brighton. With all the transfer madness happening, we need to just focus a bit on the FA Cup. And we do have a press conference question before this. You should try and develop Chido Obi. He's a baller that scored 28 goals in just 9 games. Okay, we've got Chido Obi here. Man from Denmark, 6'2". His stats don't really look all that impressive. And honestly, how did he score 28 goals in 9 games? Let's also try out this Chido Obi guy. We're playing against Middlesbrough in the FA Cup. Regardless, I think we should have enough to get the win. In fact, we are going to rotate the squad heavily. Okay, I was about to make a grave mistake by playing Maguire. No. I've learned from it. Bro just can't run. We're not not starting him. And I'll be honest, boys, against Middlesbrough, we shouldn't be having any sort of problems. But saying that, we faced Barnsley earlier on, and you guys know what happened there. Right now, though, I want to get the ball to Mitoma, and he controls that with his chest brilliantly. Still Mitoma showing what he can do dribbling-wise. Linking up nicely, but he couldn't get the return ball. Just realized tactically we're going to have to change Mitoma's instructions. I definitely want him to be like an inside forward. Obi, and that's a good pass for Cunha, who manages to score. Did Cheeto Obi just get himself an assist within like 10 minutes? Maybe you guys are right. This kid has got a bit of talent. Bro, imagine he can get himself a goal here. Oh, and Cheeto Obi once again has gone through. We're going to see what he's all about now. Brilliant bit of run, and he got his goal. I can't believe it. Cheeto Obi for Manchester United. Why is this giving me Marcus Rashford's debut vibes? This feels exactly that. The way he got past a couple of defenders, and then the finish. Bro, even Sesko isn't as cool as him. The spaces Middlesbrough are leaving, we can see that they're like an amateur team, and that's why Cunha is going to take complete advantage. 3-0. That's our job done, and we're going through to the next round. Honestly, though, I'm a bit annoyed that we didn't really get to see much from Mitoma. But up next, we've got the Manchester Derby. Wouldn't that be a great game for Mitoma to score? By the way, I just realized we've got a few really talented players in the squad, like Harry Amas, Aiden Heaven, and right now they're barely getting any game time. I don't want this to happen, so I think we should just loan them out. Maybe even loaning out Cheeto Obi could be the play. But then again, he was so good that I kind of want to keep using him in the FA Cup run. By the way, guys, I've been playing on ultimate difficulty, and honestly, I think EA has done some sort of a glitch. The game does not feel difficult at all. I think that's because of the authentic game mode. It's just too easy, and I do want a challenge. And so I'm thinking we should switch to the competitive gameplay. Even you guys in the comments were telling me about it. Meanwhile, boys, Casemiro's deal to Osasuna has just been complete. I'm okay with him leaving, boys. We knew that was going to happen. Right now, though, we need to focus on Manchester City. I'm really excited to see what Mitoma can do. I don't think we should make any changes. This is right now our strongest team, I believe, but we are playing on ultimate difficulty. It's the competitive mode as well. Honestly, I am really not sure what to expect. And okay, one thing, the gameplay is a lot faster, but it feels a lot better as well. Let's see what Mitoma can do. Striking one from distance, forcing a save out of Donnarumma already. All right, finally we get to see what Mitoma can do, and already he's trying a Cruyff turn right there. Looking to maybe create something with a cross, but Cunha is not attacking it. By the way, the gameplay in competitive feels so much faster. It's actually mad. And I am legit getting cooked here. Erling Haaland almost took the lead. Maybe I made the jump to ultimate difficulty a bit too soon. But you know what? I'm confident of my FC ability. And hey, if I want to succeed with Man United, I want to do it at the highest difficulty. No excuses. Let's see if Mbuemo could make us get the lead in this game, and off the post. Did you notice that Donnarumma got a touch to that, man? He's going to be insanely difficult to beat. This is bad. Guardiola's gone through. Phil Foden completely open. Haaland, the link-up play there from City. I think now with the team we've got in our tactics, we're good to beat any of the teams that are not in the top 6 of the Premier League. But the minute we face the likes of City, Chelsea, Liverpool, that's when we start getting a bit exposed. But even so, we're so much better than we were before. It's now Bruno Fernandes making a late run. How is Donnarumma saving that? Oh, Doku has done me there. And now Bernardo Silva looking inside for Foden. I need to defend this. I can't, but Lamens is there. He's going toe-to-toe with Donnarumma in this game. Uh-oh, I don't like the fact that Phil Foden has broken through, and now it's Jeremy Doku. I go sliding in. That was risky, but it worked. But City are still coming at me, and Haaland was insane there. Did you see how he bullied De Ligt? Okay, well, we're trying to make a comeback here. Benjamin Sesko's header. How does Donnarumma save everything? Cunha, and I'm waiting for that run from Mitoma as he brings it inside. Mitoma gets his first Man United goal, and it's absolutely special. This might genuinely be a goal of the season contender. The couple of touches he took and the way he set himself up as well. Bro, I'm slowly starting to feel like we're getting the pride back here in Manchester. 1-1 against City, and I really think we can push for the winner here. Maybe I got too excited because we've just been carved open. Lamens is there. Oh, and that's a good pass, but Yoro doing a good job. And De Ligt, no, he's made a big mistake, and we might concede. No, it goes wide. Bro, that moment Mitoma had, and now look at the dribbling he's got. He feels so good on the ball. Still Mitoma. Upamecano got the better of him. But we keep attacking here. Bruno showing no signs of giving up here. Absolutely relentless as he goes for goal off the post. Carlos Baleba looking for Cunha. If he can maybe find that pass for Mbuemo, he has. What a chance. And Mbuemo does not miss. Look at the fans. They can't believe what they're seeing. We're about to get a result against Manchester City. It's full time and we've got the result. I feel like this is going to be a huge turning point in the series. We've bested Pep Guardiola's City. It really does feel like we've secured our spot in the top 4 with that result. We're 5 points clear of City. I'm starting to dream that maybe we can have an outside chance at the Premier League title because we've figured things out here at Man United. Our team now feels incredible. We've got the formation. We've got Mitoma coming in. Well, we are preparing to face Arsenal. If we beat them, we should go above them in the league, and then it could be a straight fight between us and Liverpool. I think against Arsenal, I do want a bit of passion in the midfield, so Mainoo's going to come in. But that's about it, boys. I feel like this is our strongest 11. Well, you could put Baleba in there. It's taken us 6 months to figure out what our best system is, what our best lineup is. But I think now we've got the confidence that, yes, we can get a result against anyone we face. Arsenal on the charge, and I've made a mistake here. Trossard and Lamine saving us again. How does Bro save everything? Mitoma again, and it's looking awesome to see him go. What can the Japanese international do here as he finds space? Goes for goal and almost makes this 1-0 up. Yo, what is this angle? This is cool for corners. Might help us actually win the header here. And no, it doesn't. Bruno Fernandes taking one from distance, and Raya didn't expect that. Set piece opportunity. Delict climbed and oh, it went in. What a scrappy goal that was. We gave Arsenal a taste of their own medicine with a set piece goal. Bro, this is just legit proof that when things are going well, everything just somehow clicks. Uh-oh, this is bad. Arsenal might have a chance here, and fair enough. Odegaard gets them back in it. No, no, no. Arsenal with the set piece, of course, man. I should have seen this coming. This is literally what Arsenal do. Uh-oh, Odegaard's through, and I had to take him out. That was just bad. Well, now Arsenal have got an opportunity to completely end our title race. It's Gyökeres versus Lemens. And he went down the middle. Of course he did. What a title race from us, boys. It lasted a massive total of like 5 days. We thought after beating City that, yup, we could do it.
You can't defeat me.
No, I know, but he can.
But nope, we're still nowhere near the top dogs. I mean, we're 5 points off Arsenal, 10 points off Liverpool. As of now, we're just focusing on loaning out a few players, getting the last bit of transfer business sorted. That's Aiden Heaven off to Real Sociedad for 6 months. Hopefully he grows well there. By the way, I've been getting a lot of comments about the Youth Academy and why am I not using it. I feel like with this Manchester United series, I don't think we'll be able to fulfill the potential of any Youth Academy player we pick. So maybe we'll leave the Academy for a future series, but that doesn't mean I don't want to use Academy players. Aiden Heaven, Harry Amos, and of course Chido Obi, who we already saw some glimpses of. I kind of want to focus on developing these 3 wonder kids rather than maybe finding new ones. So yeah, let's keep track of these guys' progress and see if one day they can get into our team. For now though, we're getting through transfer deadline day, and I really do think we've got a squad to finish the season strongly. I reckon we've got top 4 in the Premier League covered, but winning the FA Cup, that's going to be an incredible challenge where we need to lock in. Now, wait a minute. I'm just getting a message from Xerxes. What could this be about? I've just got a message from Joshua Xerxes. Boss, I'm tired of being on the bench. I deserve to play over Benjamin Sesko. If you don't plan to make me a starter, you'll be hearing from my agent next. Wait, hold up, Xerxes. That is not how you talk to your manager. In fact, I would have understood if Xerxes was piping up like this if he had really done much for us. But look at these stats, boys. 3 goals in 11 games. And okay, I do agree, Sesko's return is pretty darn similar. 6 goals in 20 games. Both of them have been very fraudulent up top. But I think based on Xerxes' message, it looks like we can't have both of them at the club. Xerxes wants to be a starter. I'm sure if we bench Sesko, he's going to be in my DMs as well. I think one of them will have to be sold. And this is not the time to have all this transfer drama, man. We're nearing the business end of the season where we're trying to make a push for the title. Although I'll be real, like, that's just going to be impossible. We're 13 points off Liverpool. But what we can do is secure our spot in the Champions League next year. Getting top 4 is an absolute must. Also, we've got the FA Cup, where we've drawn Arsenal in one of the early rounds. I don't like this. The board have made it very clear that they really do value the FA Cup, and they want me to win it. And by the looks of it, if we fail, my job could be at risk. And while I'm dealing with all this pressure, I'm now going to have to decide between Sesko and Xerxes. You know what? Over these next few months, we're going to be putting them head to head, and we'll then assess and make a call. Honestly, boys, if we had crazy money, and we were in the Champions League and could sign anyone we want, I would probably just sell both of them. Bring in someone who I feel could really lead the team. Because I feel like the striker position right now is kind of what's letting us down. Our defense has been doing a great job with Lamens saving everything. What a star he's become. De Ligt and Yoro as well have formed a really good partnership. The midfield is, of course, really good with Baleba getting over his homesickness thing. He's now really controlling stuff with Bruno. And then, of course, we brought in Mitoma. Cunha and Mbeumo are already awesome. It's just that striker position that's been giving us a lot of worry. Do you know what, boys? If I had to choose between Sesko and Xerxes now, even though Sesko has been a bit fraudulent, I see more potential in him, and I probably would choose him. But you know what? I remember earlier on in the season when things weren't going well for me, my tactics weren't working. It was Xerxes who stepped up, got me the goals, and helped me get started in my Man United journey. That's why I want to keep things fair. So here's what I'm going to do. Up until this FA Cup game, we'll play Joshua Xerxes. Let's see what he's all about. Can he lead the line after being given some consistent games? By the way, if you're enjoying all the FC26 content, I would really appreciate if you could subscribe. We're trying to hit 3 million subscribers, and your help can help me get there. It does look like the future of our number 9 position is going to be decided very soon. Oh, and no. That is bad from Leny Yoro. I was just praising him at the start and he does this. Okay, Lamens, it might be a good chance for you to save a penalty, but I don't know what he does during pens. One thing about Xerxes, he's going to be a really hardworking player. Plus, he's much more than a striker. Man, why are Fulham absolutely cooking us? And no, that's going to be another pen. And a yellow card for Leny Yoro. He's having a nightmare game. You know what, boys? I have a feeling Leny Yoro might get sent off at this rate. We'll just sub him off Valicha. I know he's going to be pissed about it, but hey, don't want to take a risk. Bro, this is going to be another chance for Lamens to save a penalty. Surely this is it. Come on, Lamens. Make the save. Of course not. What a title charge from us, man. Here I was thinking that maybe if we keep winning, keeping our form up, we could push to Liverpool. But yeah, let's just stay humble. The focus in this first season is to get Champions League football. But yeah, with results like this, we're not going to get there. We need to really fix up, and maybe Mitoma can help with that. He's been insane ever since he made his debut. Looks for Xerxes, who's found a bit of space, and we get 1 goal back. Okay, Joshua Xerxes, I am seeing what you're all about. Cunha looking for Mitoma. I think he's kept himself on. What a finish. Bro, that might be contender for goal of the season, simply because of just how ingenious that finish was. How did Mitoma even pull that off? That was so cool. Bro, I'm telling you, he's one of the most underrated players in football, and I'm so glad we've got him in our team. No. Let's not let them get another goal in the deflection. Bro, we were supposed to be the draw merchants of the Premier League. Suddenly, we've got 5 goals in 1 half. Mitoma. Mbeumo. Xerxes. Oh, if I can get there, Mitoma. That was unbelievable. Bro, he's the Japanese wizard, man. The way he's got us linking up. I mean, did you see Xerxes as well? That is something he can do with Sesko can't. Sesko is more of a goal poacher, but Xerxes can even create. Not gonna lie, boys. Before this game, I was in Camp Sesko because I thought he had more potential. But the more I watch Xerxes play, the more it makes me feel like maybe he is the one that would really fit our style of play. Clever pass into Baleba. Mbeumo now. We're seeing some nice link-up players. Mbeumo's gone through, and he's got the finish. That might have won us the game. That was definitely the craziest game of the season we had. And also one that has really confused me, because Xerxes was amazing. Okay, wait a minute. This is bad. Training injury clash. During a full contact training session, Lamens went into a 50-50 challenge, but came off second best. And it's resulted in a serious injury. No freaking way. Lamens is our only good goalkeeper. We just sold Bayandir. Is this a short-term injury? Oh my days, are you joking? Lamens is out for the next 5 months. Nah, that is crazy. Bro, this could mean our season's over. Forget the battle between Sesko and Xerxes. We're gonna have to play Dom Heaton. What? He's 64 rated, on the verge of retiring. He's 39 years old. This is actually mad, boys. We're gonna have to start Dom Heaton against Spurs in the Premier League. The fact that it was a training injury, man, probably avoidable. I wonder who caused it.
I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble.
Oh, man, we've got 64 rated Dom Heaton in goal. I don't know what to expect now. I guess we've got to be just perfect in the attack, and maybe we've got a chance then. Actually, if we don't let Spurs shoot, then they can't score. So let's just try that.
We don't let Spurs shoot, then they can't score. So
This is dangerous, man. We've let Solanke through on goal, and what is Tom Eden doing?
Don't let Spurs shoot.
Oh, man, we've got ourselves in such a mess. The fact that we had just figured out our tactics, everything was going well. Our new signing, Mitoma, was lighting up the Premier League. And then we get an injury to probably our best player this season in Lamens. That to a 5-month-long injury. Just brutal. But okay, it's only our goalkeeper that's injured. The rest of the team should still be able to do the job. Bruno Fernandes looking for Mitoma, who sees a crossing option for Mbumo. Heads it back for Xerxes. How is that getting saved? Halftime, boys, and we're struggling to create. And I feel in a game like this, Mainu might be able to help. Oh no, Solanke has gone through, and Tom Heaton, he just got chipped, man. He was just ball watching. We're not going to be able to get through the season with a 64 rated goalkeeper.
Don't let Spurs shoot.
Of course, we end up losing this game. It's even a draw against West Ham. We've now got the FA Cup game against Arsenal, and we literally don't have a goalkeeper. Nah, man, we can't go into the FA Cup like this. We'll get knocked out, and then the board's going to be mad. I could legit get sacked. In a scenario like this, I can only see one option. Andre Onana. I never thought we would get him back in this series, but right now we're in a desperate situation. We need a goalkeeper, and I know Onana is basically a meme, but at this point, anyone will do over Tom Heaton. He's in fact going down in his overall. Onana is 80 rated, and it'll only cost us 240k to bring Onana back. We gotta do it. And with that, he's actually back. I can't believe that after all the memes in Onana, after him getting pushed out to Turkey, that we're gonna have to just rely on him because of that injury to Lamens. To be honest, I'm really hoping Onana sees this as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to become a Man United hero. Because imagine if he can lead us to an FA Cup. It just hit me that if Lamens' injury would have happened in like January, we probably could have brought back David De Gea. Oh man, even if it was just for 5-6 months, he would have been amazing for us. In fact, he's actually 85 rated, but that's not how football works. It's unpredictable, and somehow we've landed in a situation where we need to trust Onana. We've got the FA Cup game against Arsenal, and I can't believe that Onana is going to start this. Like, just unbelievable. I also said that I'm going to keep trusting Xerxes, and you know what? He's doing a good job. After this game onwards, we'll be testing Sesko. I didn't want to play Chido Obi in, of course, cup games, but Arsenal is too big of an occasion for him, I believe. We got to go with our strongest 11, especially with my job being on the line. What happened against Spurs with Tom Heaton in goal cannot happen now. I know we've got Onana in goal, but he is much better than Tom Heaton, so I think we should be fine. But yeah, as long as we can attack and score goals, that could get us the win and help us knock out Arsenal. Once again, I think Mitoma is going to be the key because he's always there, creating as he plays brilliantly to find Ian Matson. What can we do from here? Going backwards for Bruno Fernandes, who decides to go for goal. And that wasn't too far off. Uh-oh, Gyökeres on the charge. Lenioro doing a good job. I think he learned a lot from those 2 penalties that he gave away. Uh-oh, but we've given Arsenal a set piece, and I do not like this. Clear the ball away, please. It's complete chaos. They still have the ball. Mitoma does well. And I'm thinking if we could hit them on a break here, Mitoma in a position to cross for Xerxes. Controls that well, but what was that for a finish? Arsenal are definitely looking like the better team. Saka looks for Gyökeres. We're going to have to defend him. Yoro does well. Declan Rice, no! Onana couldn't get his hand to it, and Arsenal take the lead. I don't want to blame Onana for this. We just got opened up. Guys, we've got a really long second half ahead of us where we need to try and get the equalizer, but I'm not feeling it, man. Without Lamens in goal, the confidence just isn't there. Once again, I'm going to sub off Baleba for Mainu, and also maybe bring on Ahmad for Mitoma because he looks a bit tired. We've been relying on him way too much. Some fresh legs in Dorgu and Dalot as well. We're making quite a few changes. No, 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 no. It's so bad without Lamens. Onana doesn't even get near the ball. I'm afraid, boys, it's looking like we're out of the FA Cup. And honestly, this could have a big impact on my job. We really couldn't even touch Arsenal in this game. This kind of shows the difference in level between Arsenal, who've got this project under Mikel Arteta, and us. We're still figuring things out here at Man United. And to win trophies, we kind of need a lot more. And also, the fact that we didn't have our first choice goalkeeper, man. Really annoying. I'm seriously wondering what impact this is going to have on my job. Okay, our job security still shows safe even after getting knocked out of the FA Cup. Maybe end of the season the board will reconvene and decide we're not going to get sacked mid-season for losing a cup. I think our job now is to do the best we can to secure top 4. That way we should be able to keep our job. Look at that. The race is heating up. Aston Villa have a game in hand and they're just 4 points behind. Newcastle are the ones in 4th place. And of course, our next game had to be against them. What on earth is this? An outbreak? Lenny Yoro appears under the weather showing signs of illness. You'll need to consider the best course of action to deal with the situation in relation to that player and the wider team. If I let Yoro train, will he like infect everyone else? Or I can just send Lenny Yoro home, play it safe, let him recover and then return. To be honest, if he infects Mbumo, Cunha, or Mitoma, we'll be in a lot of trouble. So you know what, Yoro? Get some rest. That is exactly why we've got Lisandro Martinez at the club too. Also, I think for the next few games, it's time to start trusting Sesko. Xerxes did impress me against the smaller teams, but against Arsenal, he literally did nothing. Maybe that's what Sesko can do better. He can be more dominant against the big teams, but I need to see his overall play improve because that's where Xerxes was outshining him. Also, I want to start getting Mainu back in the team because I feel like his energy is what we need as well at times. Alright, boys, we need to bounce back from, of course, the humiliation in the FA Cup. And I want to see some good link-up play from everyone. Sesko's gotten through. What? This is what I don't get with both Xerxes and Sesko. In the box, they're just not able to take their chances. Juan Mitoma's gone completely through, and Cunha with the goal. At least somebody's taking their chance inside the box. That's his 10th goal, by the way. All the while we're talking about Sesko versus Xerxes, Cunha is quietly becoming our top scorer for the season. Sesko continuing that run, and he has managed to get in behind. The touch was so heavy. No. Onana, good save. That's, I think, the first save he's actually made for us. Okay, Mitoma's now taking matters into his own hands with his dribbling. Still Mitoma. Oh, it falls for Cunha. Mbumo, I know, that was a lovely finish, a snapshot. That's his 9th goal of the season. Bro, everybody apart from Sesko and Xerxes are getting goals. Oh, but Newcastle have gone through and Onana couldn't save that. But Cunha could look for Sesko. This is surely his opportunity. And finally, he scored. Benjamin Sesko, fair enough. He's taken his own sweet time, but he does end up helping us get the win against Newcastle, although Onana made things tricky, conceding another couple of goals. By the way, Lenny Yoro's recovery from that virus is going well. He should be back in a couple of days. One thing I want to check, though, is the manager market. Have we seen some sackings? Ooh, Ajax have sacked their manager. Augsburg as well. And we've now seen the first sacking of a Premier League club. Daniel Farke from Leeds. He's out. And Ruben Amorim has finally got a job. But no way he got sent to the Saudi League. Yikes. I'm starting to feel a bit worried, man, that I might be the next one out of a job. We better keep focusing on qualifying for Champions League. By the way, I'm just reading this message from Ian Matson. Boss, I've decided it's time for me to pursue a new challenge. I don't feel aligned with the current direction of the club, and I believe it's best for my career to explore new opportunities. Wait a minute. Ian Matson has actually submitted a transfer request. Bro, we literally only just signed him. I remember he was homesick and I didn't give him time off. Instead, I forced him to play. And I guess that decision is coming back to haunt us. Because now he's gone. Transfer request done. There's nothing we can do about it. If we don't sell him, the board will automatically go ahead and sell him. Ah, man, the drama in this Man United series just continues. And since he wants to leave, I don't feel it's fair that we start him. I would much rather give game time to Dogu so he can improve. Also, Lenny Yoro is back, but do I rush him into the team? Nah, I don't think we need to risk it. Lisandro Martinez will do the job. Also, boys, one thing I want to try in our next game. Cunha striker, Bruno Cam, and having both Mainu and Baleba together. Because both Sesko and Xerxes have been kind of meh. How would Cunha fare up top? You know what? If this Cunha experiment works, maybe instead of choosing between Xerxes or Sesko, we end up binning both, improving the rest of our team, because Cunha could be the one to lead the attack. I don't know, man. It's early days, but let's see how this experiment works. One thing about Cunha is that he can play passes like that. Didn't pull it off perfectly, though. Dogu's actually having a really good game, and now maybe we could do something here. Bruno Fernandes playing in a more attacking role, but he lost the ball. Bournemouth's defense has proven to be really annoying, man. 30 minutes in, we've barely created a thing. Their link-up players actually been really tough to deal with, as they've carved us open out wide, though. Dogu's gonna have to do a job, which he does again. Oh, Cunha sees the run of Baleba, and I think that's his first ever goal for Man United. I don't remember him scoring before, and yo, he can do backflips. To be honest, even with Cunha, it's not like our attack has gotten super prolific. I really do feel like we're missing that world-class number 9. Because both Sesko and Xerxes aren't it. Cunha is more of a cam. Maybe that's something we need to think of next season. For now, though, we might be having another chance here as Mbeumo lunges and gets that one in. Whenever Dogu plays, he's able to get these crosses just pinpoint, and the control from Mbeumo and to finish like that. That was class. Wait, what? Onana won man of the match in that last game? Bro, I mean, who would have thought at the start of the episode that Onana would be back and would be winning Player of the Match awards? Also, I've just got a message from Lisandro Martinez. We were going to talk about my contract situation, weren't we? I've heard nothing from you. Okay, this is worrisome because we now need to negotiate a new contract with Licha. Wait, he submitted a transfer request too? What is going on at this club? But wait a minute, we can still fix things because I'm having a meeting right now with Lisandro. I think we do have enough money to get his contract sorted for another couple of years. I don't think he's going to be like a starter for us because I prefer Lenny Yoro over him. He's just got more talent. But I think Licha is an amazing squad player and we will renew his contract, give him a bit of a wage bump. He's happy to accept and we can now officially take him off the transfer list. This wasn't part of the plan. I didn't do this. Apparently, Luke Shaw just got sold to Chelsea. I had no knowledge about this. And now I've just got a message from the board. Shaw has been sold. Did Luke Shaw even give me a message or something? Nah, he didn't. Luke Shaw didn't send me a single message. And that deal just went through. We got to be careful, man. The board is out and just selling players on its own. Meanwhile, boys, we've dropped down to 4th in the Premier League. Newcastle have the same amount of points as us. But we do have a game in hand. Of course, that game is against Chelsea. This fixture could play a big part in deciding who gets Champions League football, and we definitely need to win. But what was that pass? By the way, I've put Sesko in this game. Against a team like Chelsea, I feel like a 6'5" man mountain could cause some chaos. Right now, it is Chelsea causing chaos and Onana making a big save. Manchester United on the counter-attack as we look for a ball for Mbeumo, who heads it down for Sesko. No, he skied it. That was one of our craziest counterattacks, man. Deserved more. Oh, I see space here for Sesko. I see space here for Sesko. Off the post. I mean, I feel he's the unluckiest striker on the planet. Bruno Fernandes seeing Sesko make the run. Can he keep the pace up? Ah, the dribbling is just not there. Bruno Fernandes maybe taking one from distance. Bruno Fernandes. Oh my days. We have our goal of the season right there. I'm pretty sure that's the first long shot I've scored in FC 26 and it was beautiful. I don't think I've seen a more perfect strike. Nah, bro. Bruno, it was like a knuckleball, man. Just insane. Wait a minute. Look for Chelsea who's playing on the right side. It's freaking Garnacho, man. Oh, it would be beautiful to get the victory over him. Bruno Screamer's got us a crucial win for the race for top 4. Bro, these unexpected events are kind of getting crazy. Wages leaked. Somebody in this team is causing chaos, man. The wages of all your players have been leaked, creating tension in the dressing room. Keep an eye out on your team in the upcoming weeks and make sure no further disruptions are happening. Bro, I have a feeling some players are going to be asking for mega contracts now, especially once they see the likes of Mbeumo, Mitoma all making upwards of 100k. To be fair, nobody at the club is making like absolutely crazy money. And well, the wages being leaked have definitely irked Kobbie Mainoo as well as Lenny Yoro. Both of them want new contracts. And yo, Kobbie Mainoo's contract was expiring in about a year, so I'm glad he's coming for a renewal. He will get a massive wage bump and a 3-year extension, so that's sorted. Lenny Yoro as well, I think, has earned a nice contract. So there you go. We've extended his contract too, giving him a wage bump. Oh, and suddenly Lenny Yoro is now the 3rd highest paid player in the club. Bro, this is going to cause further chaos. By the way, we're almost at the end of the season and it does look like we are going to get top 4. We're on 68 points, but it's not guaranteed just yet because look at Man City. They've got a couple of games in hand. Newcastle have the same amounts of points as us. If we lose, we could be 5th. Once again, for such a big game, I have no idea who to play in that striker role. Sesko, Cunha, Xerxes, none of them have shown any kind of consistency. Hang on, do I take a bit of a risk? Chido Obi, the last time I played him, he absolutely balled out. Do you know what? I'm gonna do a bit of a madness. Final Premier League game of the season. Obi is gonna start. Bro, it does feel like I'm running a social experiment here, because if my gamble of playing Obi does not play out and we end up losing to Brighton, bro, we're gonna finish 5th outside the top 4 and I think I will get sacked. But we are playing some good football here, and it's Obi with a bit of a turn on his left foot, and he's actually scored. I don't believe this, man. How is this kid so good? Chido Obi, his first Premier League goal for us. Bro, this is legit making me question everything we've done so far in the striker position. Maybe Sesko and Xerxes, both of them aren't the solution. Maybe we need someone better in that striker position. I already feel like Obi's good enough to be backup. Next season could be huge in deciding what happens to the striker spot. For now, though, let's focus on getting a win here.
Denied.
Oh, that's a good save from Onana. You know what? Based on what Onana has done in the second half of the season, I think he deserves his spot in this squad. Maybe not as a starter, but as a backup goalkeeper. And Mbumo looking for Obi. He's got it through again, and this time the keeper denies him. He just feels like a player who makes so many of the right runs, and that itself is getting him all the chances. And yes, boys, third in the Premier League is where we finish. Still ways off Liverpool, but we've brought Man United back to Champions League football after a long, long time. Honestly, though, I'm worried. I still have no idea what we should do for our striker spot. With Chido Obi showing what he can do, or maybe bidding both Xerxes and Sesko could be the play and bringing in someone world-class. Just look at our season's top scorers. Sesko and Xerxes weren't even in contention. If in Season 2 we can solve our striker problems, Man United could become true contenders for both the Premier League as well as the Champions League. But wait a minute, I'm still not sure about keeping our job. We of course completed our Premier League objective, but not our FA Cup. Am I gonna get sacked, or will I be allowed to continue this Man United project? When I replaced Ruben Amorim as the Man United manager, the board had 3 expectations from me. Number 1, getting rid of that 3 at the back system. Now, it took us a while. We tried out a 4-3-3, which didn't work, a 4-4-2 as well, that was good. But in the end, we evolved S2G ball into a 4-4-1-1 that got us results. We improved the team with signings like Baleba, Ian Matson, Mitoma. Now, the second expectation the board had was winning a trophy. Unfortunately, though, in the Carabao Cup, we bottled things. FA Cup, though, we were looking good, but then Laments picked up a training injury. We had to recall Onana, and with him winning the FA Cup was just not possible. Even in the Premier League, we just couldn't compete with the likes of Liverpool and Arsenal. Now, although we failed our second expectation, we did complete our third, which was to qualify for Champions League football. But I'm honestly not sure if that's enough for us to keep our job. To be honest, I feel like we've done a job much better than the previous Man United managers. I guess we'll find out soon as we're approaching the end of the season, where I'll be having a meeting with the board. Okay, if I end up getting sacked, this might end up being the shortest video in this channel's history. By the way, before that meeting, looks like Bruno wants to have a chat. Boss, anytime you want to chat about a new contract, give my agent a shout. This is a good sign, boys. Our highest rated player believes in me, wants to sign a new contract. I believe the board will see this and hopefully renew my deal. And by the way, since I'm still the Man United manager, I want to get this Bruno Fernandes contract situation sorted. His contract is actually expiring in 12 months, so it's really smart that we're getting it done now. I know he's 31, but this is Bruno we're talking about. He's still got a couple of good years in him. We'll try and extend his contract for another 3 years. A slight wage bump as well to value what he brings to the club. And there you go. Bruno has re-signed. I'm hoping the board will re-sign me as well.
Skip. But when does this game get fucking good?
Wait a minute, boys. What is this? S2G's pure class? I wish we would go for him as the Getafe manager. Wait a minute. Why am I being linked to go to Getafe? Am I that washed? We've come to the end of the season, and I'm writing to let you know that the board is delighted with your performance as manager so far. We would be happy for you to agree to continue the job you've started here. And let's go, boys. Season 2 with Man United. I'm ready for this. If you guys are as well, subscribe to the channel. Oh, and Season 2 begins with Harry Maguire walking out of the building. And yeah, there were a couple of players whose contracts we didn't renew, like Harry Maguire, Casemiro as well. They're too old, man. We've got to look into the future for Man United. I think it was the smart play. By the way, a lot is happening around Europe. Diego Simeone has been sacked, replaced by Unai Emery at Atletico Madrid.
Buenas noches.
That means Aston Villa now have a new manager, Salvador Exposito. I have no idea who he is. But hey, I'm not sacked. I'm happy. What are the board expecting this season from us? Are you joking? Are you actually joking? Win the league title, win the FA Cup, reach the final of the Champions League. What are these objectives, man? We've only just got this Man United team back into a state where they can compete, and now I'm expected to win everything? Well, if the club have these kind of lofty ambitions, then we're going to need to make big decisions this summer, big signings. And I think first it starts off with the striker position, which has been giving us the most problems. Last season, both Sesko and Xerxes weren't even among the top 25 goal scorers in the Premier League. Mbeumo and Cunha scored more. And if we really want to win everything, we need the kind of players Liverpool have, 20 plus goal scorers. And I think we tried a lot by giving both Sesko and Xerxes a chance. But I'll be honest, boys, none of them moved me. They were occasionally good with a few chances here and there, but they were never consistent. And that's why I'm making the big decision to selling them both. That's right, even Benjamin Sesko. I think Man United, if they want to be a serious club, they need someone better. And also, by the way, it has finally been revealed who has been causing havoc in our dressing room. You see, last season, somebody in our squad leaked everyone's wages, and that caused a lot of controversy. And would you believe who that someone is? It was Benjamin Sesko, who was annoyed that he wasn't being played as a first-choice striker. Not only that, boys, it was Sesko who collided into Saint Lemens and got him injured. I don't know why he did that. He's definitely not been a team player, so I think I've got no remorse in selling him. Now, we do have Rasmus Højlund coming back from his Napoli loan. Again, I don't think we can trust him either. But look at the money we have, man. 207 million. If we sell both Sesko and Xerxes, we'll have crazy money to completely transform our attack. By the way, the striker position isn't the only thing we need to worry about. Ian Maatsen, who we signed last season, he got homesick, and then he just submitted a transfer request. So now we're looking to sell him. Such a shame, because we were really trying to develop him properly. Meanwhile, offers are now coming in for Sesko, 61.4 million from Spurs. We're going to make a bit of a loss on this deal. But you know what? I think we sell him. Also, Sporting have come in for Xerxes. I'll take the 28 mil. And there you go. Both our strikers from last season who caused us so much pain, they're gone. Okay, guys, even before we sold Ian Maatsen, look at this. An international injury crisis. Looks like Dogu went to the World Cup and got himself injured. Well, it's only a 3-week-long injury, so all he'll do is miss pre-season. But this definitely concerns me that once Maatsen is sold, we're gonna need a left back and we need to act quick. Now, before we jump into making transfers, I do think we need to take a moment and honor our best players from last season. Let's start with goal of the season, and without a doubt, it's the screamer Bruno Fernandes scored. What a player. Now, player of the season was a bit tricky because for the first half of the season, Saint Lemens was making save after save, carried us, but then he got injured for quite a while. And then it was Mbeumo's goals that really carried us. But I think when we were in trouble, it was Lemens who stepped up, so he's going to be our player of the season. And all right, now we can focus on making transfers. And guess what? Since we are now a Champions League club, there's no restrictions on who we can buy. And that's why I'm very tempted to go for Lewis Hall from Newcastle. Getting an Englishman at Man United, he won't be homesick, that's for sure. Oh, but look at that. PSG want to snap him up. Why would they need him? They've got Nuno Mendes. Oh, wow. PSG are already going with negotiations. We need to be quick here. Good thing is, with all the player sales we've made, money is not an issue. I can just slap in a £50 million offer and bang, it's accepted. And there you go, boys. We're making our first signing of Season 2, Lewis Hall. That's going to make Ian Maatsen's departure fee less painful. Now, that's the left-back spot sorted. And striker is the next priority. And I know you guys can see a certain someone in there. That's right. Marcus Rashford is back. His loan spell at Barcelona is over. They didn't really pay his clause to make it a permanent deal, so he's back at Man United. And the question is, what do we do with him now? In fact, it's not just Marcus Rashford, it's Jadon Sancho as well. I'll be honest, I don't want to keep both of them. I feel like Jadon Sancho's boat to succeed at Man United has gone past. I think we're going to sell him. But Rashi, on the other hand, I feel like he can offer something to this team, either as a left midfielder or even as a striker. Right now, he isn't looking to renew his contract with us, but he's got a 2-year deal left. I do want to give Rashford a chance in our setup because if you look at his stats, he is incredible. Maybe we'll be a bit more patient to make that striker signing so that we don't make the wrong decision. Until then, I think I can trust Rashford up top. Meantime, though, there's something I want to do for the goalkeeper spot. No, I don't want to replace Lemens. He was our player of the season. We're going to keep him as first choice. But I do think we should be investing in a solid backup keeper, better than Onana. And I think the experienced Emiliano Martinez has got to be the play. Man United literally wanted to sign him, and having him and Lemens compete for that starting goalkeeper spot, that's the level we need to win the big trophies. Besides that, with unexpected events, you never know when someone gets like a season-long injury, so having a great backup is so important. And can we maybe scam Aston Villa by putting Onana in this swap deal? Maybe chucking in like 10 million as well? Okay, now we're not fooling them. Gonna have to pay like 20 million to sign Emi Martinez. There you go. Now he's a World Cup winner, boys, so we're gonna have to give him a big wage bump to join a club like ours, but I think 140k should be good. good, and it is. Emi Martinez, welcome to Manchester United. Now, even though Emi Martinez is way higher rated than Lemens, don't worry. We saw what Lemens could do. He was our player of the season. He is going to start the season as a starter. Maybe we'll keep Emi Martinez for cup games. But yeah, I think it's very important we have 2 quality keepers, and now we've solved that. Meanwhile, boys, Jadon Sancho, as I said before, we're selling him. Didn't expect him to betray us and go to Liverpool. Bro, it feels like he's played for every Premier League club.
Who is that? This? Well.
Okay, this is very interesting. We've got offers for both our right backs, Mazraoui, as well as Dalot. I don't want to sell Dalot because I think he's good. But Mazraoui, maybe this is an opportunity for us to get some cash for him and then try and get a big upgrade in the right back spot as well. Okay, wait, that's not Mazraoui. Instead, it's Onana that's just been sold. He's off to Wolves. Do you know what? A bit of respect to Onana, because last season he came to us in a difficult situation when we didn't have a good goalkeeper. And he actually did a decent job, so no hate from me. But hopefully when we do face him at Wolves, we're going to destroy him.
Well, let's be nice. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there.
And now Mazraoui has been sold. And honestly, boys, there's only one right back I want to replace Mazraoui. Reece James. For some reason, his career's kind of fallen off here. He's made the move to Crystal Palace, but he's still 83 rated, 26 years old. Now, this season, we're cash rich, so I can just put in a 45 million bid. Okay, they countered with 48, but yeah, it's more than enough to sign Reece. And I gotta say, Reece James does look good in a Man United shirt. That is a solid upgrade for the right back spot. Do you know what, boys? With Reece James and Lewis Hall, I like the look of our defense now. In fact, compare the team we've got now to what we inherited at the start. It looks so much more balanced. Now, we still need to sign a new striker. Maybe there can be conversations about improving that centre-back spot as well. Right now, the Premier League season is about to begin. And of course, man, we have to start it off against Liverpool. Bro, they're the champions of last season. To be fair, this is going to be a proper test to see if with all the changes we've made, are we ready to maybe compete for the title? Also, it'll give me a good idea of what Rashford can do. Maybe we won't need to sign a striker at all if Rashford is the man. But for the season opener, we are going to give Reece James and Lewis Hall their debuts. But I do want to play things conservatively because I know Liverpool are so good. I want to play Bruno at cam and then Menu and Baleba in the midfield. This way, we'll try to have a lot more control in the midfield. And also, boys, thanks to Kutsi, a fellow career mode YouTuber, he posted a video of realistic sliders. Because, yeah, bro, I've been having so much issues with authentic gameplay. It looks amazing, but nothing really happens on the pitch. So we've really tuned the sliders to make the gameplay more fun and realistic, and we're going to test it out and see how it goes. Like, everything is going to be different. But yeah, we are keeping it on ultimate difficulty, boys. Don't you worry. Now, I definitely made a risky move by not signing a striker for the opening game of the season, but I wanted to see your opinion before I make such a big call. Let me know in the comments, boys, who you think should be the Man United number 9. Okay, Isaac just cooked me, and now he's got the pace to break through as well. This is looking bad. Florian Wirtz, last season's best player, and Liverpool take the lead. Well, early signs for us to compete for the Premier League title aren't really looking all that good. Maybe there's a lot of work we need to do. Oh, but I see a good run being made by Bruno Fernandes, who's managed to break through, and Bruno's off the post. That's the difference, man. Wirtz was absolutely clinical, whereas Bruno hit the post. Man, Liverpool have got Isaac, and the difference just clearly shows. Lewis Hall, though, they're doing a good job. But that's the thing. We're competing with teams like Liverpool, who've got Isaac. And then, of course, there's Man City, who have Haaland. Arsenal have Gyökeres. We need someone at that level, I feel. Right now, we're doing the best with what we have. Looking to maybe find Marcus Rashford. He's just not looking in tune, but someone who is Mbeumo, who finally gets the shot off again, the crossbar. What is my luck even? And now Mo Salah's on the attack, just going through, and De Ligt does a good job defending that. We're on the counter here with Mbeumo. I don't like the fact that he's getting caught up, although linking up nicely with Mitoma. Now a chance to cross it in. It's a lovely ball. Rashford's header, no! Rashford could have just had an iconic comeback moment there. So unlucky not to see that go in, although De Ligt trying to score, that saved as well. Bro, honestly, we've been so competitive here. I really feel like we deserve at least a goal. And maybe in the second half, we're going to push for it. Oh, but Liverpool with Cody Gakpo attacking. And we've messed up defensively. De Ligt goes sliding in. This is horrible. And Isak makes it 2-0. That's been the difference, boys. They've been clinical and we've not. Lewis Hall on his debut having to face Salah is just brutal, man. Like, he just got cooked in. Isak again. Lemens good save. Although I'll say Lemens hasn't had the best of games here. Maybe it's because he's recovering from that injury. Also, boys, Rashford, he does not look the same. I think he's a good player to have in the squad, but I don't think we can trust him to be a starter. That is one thing that's absolutely clear. Bruno Fernandes still looking for Marcus Rashford, and the finish wasn't there. Just as I was saying. Mitoma. Clever bit of dribbling from him as he evades challenge after challenge, and the shot was just wide. And that's how the game finishes. We had nothing to really offer. And look who Liverpool subbed on just to laugh at us, bringing on Sancho. And wait a minute, why do we have the most difficult start to a Premier League campaign after Liverpool? We've got City. Bro, we've already started the season off being 19th. We're going to be 20th after that game. Do you know what? Against City, I think I want to go with the striker who I know can get goals. And funnily enough, that's Chido Obi. This 18-year-old is so freaking clinical. We saw that last season. And while we're still discussing on who to sign, I think we should just trust him. Also, against City, I'm not making the mistake of going too defensive. Bruno's going to be playing back in midfield. Cunha's back. But also, I do want to give Emi Martinez his debut. We got to keep it fair. Laments didn't have a good game. We'll now give Emi a chance. Come on, boys. I don't want to start the season being bottom of the league with 0 wins. I know it's a tall order to beat City, but hey, last season we finished above them. They're not even in the Champions League this year. Oh, that's a clever bit of play to find Reece James here. He could maybe square this one in. No, the delivery wasn't good. But we are right now really controlling the game against City, which is a big positive. One we're going to need Lewis Hall to put in a good delivery. It's a really good one. And Chido Obi in the box. I told you, this wonder kid always delivers whenever we give him the chance. And by the way, what a ball from our new signing, Lewis Hall. I told you he's going to be an upgrade over Ian Matson. Come on, boys. A result here could kickstart our season. That's what we need. Man City really look overexposed in this game. Obi with another chance here. Goes back for Mbumo and he gets the finish. We're leading 2-0 against City in the derby. And Chido Obi's, by the way, having a sensational game and assist as well here. Oh, no. I've left Haaland completely through. I knew the minute the ball was put in, he had bodied all our defenders. And fair enough. Lewis Hall. Bro, he's been so good. Finds Chido Obi here. Now Mbumo with a bit of space trying to curl it in. And I thought for a moment that was going in. And Mitoma does so well there to find Bruno Fernandes. And here he goes. Looking to maybe cross it in. Chido Obi again. And Mbumo, no, it's complete chaos. But Donnarumma catches it. This man Erling Haaland, though, could easily inspire a comeback for Man City. We've got to be super careful in this game. Okay, I think we're going to need to make some changes. I'm going to bring off Bruno Fernandes for Kobe Mainu. We'll also bring on Marcus Rashford for Mitoma. Ahmad for Mbumo. That way we'll have a lot of pace in the attack. No. Haaland, don't ruin our day. Don't ruin our day. And thankfully, he puts it wide. We got to just survive for 10 minutes, man. And we'll get a huge win in the derby. Bro, this is getting really bad here. Constant attacks and Emi Martinez. What did you do? What did you do there? Emi Martinez, I trusted you. I can't lie, boys. What Emi Martinez did here is probably a criminal offense. How on earth do you concede that? We don't deserve to lose this game, man. We absolutely don't. And that's why we've won the counter-attack. Cunha, what just happened here? Are you joking? Straight from kickoff. What? This is the greatest Manchester derby ever. What were Man City thinking, giving Rashford so much space? He found Cunha brilliantly, and then the finish was just as good. And that was the last kick of the game as well. Emi Martinez is probably relieved, man. You can see it on his face. And oh, man, at least we got our first win on the board, beating a team like City. But one thing's for sure, if we want to compete for all the big trophies, we got to figure out a solution for the striker position. To be honest, we've got 250 million in the bank. It's time to go big. I need to make a massive decision here at Manchester United. Who do we sign for the striker spot? You see, last season we had Benjamin Sesko as well as Xerxes, but both of them turned out to be absolute frauds, so we sold them. Since then, I've started off the season using Marcus Rashford. He's actually decent, but I don't think he's at the level we need to win the Champions League, win the Premier League. For that, we're gonna have to sign a superstar. And it might be time to bring out the checkbook as well, because we've got 250 million to spend. This signing is about to change everything. Now, okay, hold up. I have been reading your comments, and a lot of you guys are telling me to just trust Chido Obi. The 18-year-old has been absolutely insane so far. And you guys are absolutely right. His performance against Man City, I think that was the best performance any striker has given for us so far. But at the same time, don't forget he's just 18. What if he picks up an injury? What if he goes into a slump of bad form? At that age, it'll be difficult for him to recover. And the only other striker we've got at the club is Rasmus Højlund. I don't trust him one bit. I think we absolutely need to bring in a world-class striker. Now, that doesn't mean Chido Obi won't play an important part this season. I've seen what he can do. He will get a lot of chances. Now, I have been reading through your comments, and Harry Kane was a suggestion that popped up. We can easily afford him. Guys, why would he leave Bayern Munich to join Man United? That's where he's most likely to maybe win the Champions League. I think if he was to come back to the Premier League, he'd only join Spurs. Plus, I'm looking at that 55 pace, and yep, nah, we're not doing this. Another really, really good option, Victor Osimhen. Bro, 91 pace, the shooting is there. Physically insane, a decent dribbler. And to lure him from Galatasaray, I don't think will be difficult. But he's not played at a top European club for a while. Will he be able to bring back the level he had at Napoli? And that's why I'm looking at a couple of Argentinians, Lautaro Martinez. I know how good he can be. There's even Julian Alvarez. But there was one comment from you guys that really got me thinking. Serhou Guirassy. Now, I know what you're thinking. 30 years old, why would you sign him? Guys, he looks insane. 87 rated. He was the Champions League top scorer last season. I know how good he can be. The shooting is there. The dribbling as well for someone of that frame. And he's a lot faster than Harry Kane. Also, he's got the finesse shot plus, which means he's going to be insane inside the box. Now, depending on how the negotiations go, I think I've made my decision. I'm about to chuck an £80 million offer. They want 86, but let's make it happen. And I don't think contract negotiations is going to be any problem. Unlike last season, where we were limited to signing players who are not playing Champions League football. This season, we ourselves are in the Champions League. And that means we can sign players at the top level. Guirassy is exactly that, boys. We're going to give him a wage bump to 110k. And it's done, boys. Manchester United have a new star striker. And no, their record recently for strikers has not been good. But that's why I've gone with experience. I know Serhou Guirassy means goals. And if he can bring that level he had at Dortmund to Manchester United, we're going to have a lot of fun. By the way, guys, to celebrate the release of FC26, we're running 15% off on S2Gshop.com. You can get yourself some S2G merch and support the channel. The code is Cidinho. If you know, you know. Oh, and if you do place an order, do tag me on Instagram or Twitter or wherever. Well, let's get back to the Man United job. Honestly, boys, what an outstanding transfer window this has been. Of course, Guirassy is the cherry on top, but to sign Reece James, Lewis Hall, even Emi Martinez for goalkeeper depth. Now, the window doesn't shut for another week, so there could be more drama. Well, exactly like this, because we've just got an offer for Rasmus Højlund from Sunderland, and I'm gonna accept it. Well, forget Højlund. What is happening here with Dalot? It has come to our attention that Dalot has been making scathing press declarations. He publicly wishes to leave the team. What do I do here? Terminate his contract? Isolate and sell? This is kind of similar to the Bayern D situation. But what happened with Dalot? I thought he was a pretty good backup right back. Suddenly he just wants to leave? I guess we'll just isolate and sell him because I want the cash for him. I ain't letting anyone go for free. And I told you, boys, we weren't done with our transfer business. Now we are going to need to sign a right back because with Dalot potentially leaving, we'll only have Reece James for that position, and I think that's very risky. I do want to sign a player with Premier League experience, so let's take a look and see what kind of options we have. And I just found a very interesting player, Omar El Hilali, Moroccan right back, versatile as well because he can play centre back. He's only 22 with an 80 overall, playing for Nottingham. And oh, look at that, I think a swap deal for Diogo Dalot will work here. That's even better. And that's the right back problem instantly solved. Dalot is gone, El Hilali coming in. Funnily enough, we had Masraoui before and he was Moroccan as well. I guess we've now got a successor. And look at that, boys, more transfer drama. Rasmus Højlund leaving the club. Now, the reason why I accepted this offer, of course, partly because we were getting decent money, but also that's a statement that, yes, I want to trust Chido Obi. He's going to be the backup option to Guirassy, which means the cup games, the midweek games, Obi will play a part. But now, boys, still quite a bit of time left in the transfer window, and one thing about FC26, you gotta expect the unexpected. Like, look at this. We've got an offer for Ian Matson. I don't know, man. This guy literally told me that he wants to leave the club because he's homesick, but now he's just not accepting any offers that come for him. So I don't know what's going to happen with him. He's anyway not part of my plans. I'm just hoping we can get this done with. But now, boys, we've got Nottingham Forest away from home. And I really want to use this game to build some momentum because we just beat City in crazy manner. And now with Guirassy and El Hilali both making their debuts, I think we've got what it takes to keep that form going. By the way, between Lemens and Emi Martinez, you guys saw the fraudulence Emi Martinez did in that last game. Almost cost us. So Lemens is back in the squad. Don't forget, boys, this season the board has been very clear with me. Premier League title, FA Cup, and a Champions League final. That is their demands. And all of that starts here early on in the season where we need to perform, get the results. Mitoma finding Guirassy, whose control was nice as he holds the ball up really well. and open some space up. Looks to put it back in for Cunha. He should have scored. Okay, I think we need to get the ball to Girassi, man, because you know how insane he will be in the box. Instead, we get it to De Ligt. It's complete chaos, but we couldn't score. Gotta be smart about how we defend, and De Ligt does a really good job here. And now we've got Girassi, who's holding up the play, waiting to get Mitoma involved. And here goes the Japanese international as he looks for Cunha. Manchester United flying here, and Cunha with a banging finish. 2 games, 2 goals for Cunha. That's what we need from him. Looks like now Mbeumo wants to get involved as he looks for Cunha. Bruno Fernandes looking now for Mitoma. This is lovely to see, as we're going to find Girassi, who's holding it up nicely for Cunha again. Mitoma couldn't get to the rebound. Uh-oh, we're having to do a bit of defending here because it's Gibbs White. A clever bit of skill there from him, but Baleba tracks back and does well. Look at the space here we've got on the breakaway as Mbeumo breaks through, and this should be a simple goal for him. And of course it is. We really are cruising against Nottingham. And that's the kind of no-nonsense result we need if we really want to mount a title fight. But okay, boys, we're now on transfer deadline day, and I'm still a bit nervous. Like, you never know, an unexpected event could pop up. One of our best players might leave, so I'm still just waiting to see what happens. This is exactly what I was talking about. Chelsea are trying to sign Lenny Yoro. Absolutely not. We're rejecting it. My boy Lenny has done such a good job of, like, putting Lisandro Martinez out of the team. He's been that good. I love this partnership between De Ligt and Yoro. We'll keep it as is. And just like that, boys, we've managed to get through deadline day unscathed. This is now basically the squad we've assembled for the season. I think we've done a fantastic job. I would rate this transfer window a solid 8.5 out of 10. I mean, we could have gone for a bigger option than Girassi. That would have got that rating up, but I still feel he's the right man for the job. Did you see his hold-up play? I feel like that's the kind of striker we need. By the way, Amad Diallo has finally learned how to play in that right mid position. Initially, I was training him to be a left midfielder, but now we're using him as backup to Mbeumo, so we'll make him a right mid. Cunha has finally learned how to play in that cam spot. There you go. We're changing that as well. But now we're going to keep up our Premier League grind. But I do want Ahmad back in the team. And also, I want to rotate the squad a little bit. So for that, I'm going to play Bruno and Cam, Bobby Mainu in the midfield. We'll also play Marcus Rashford in that left midfield spot. I feel if we can figure out a way to get the best out of Rashford, over the season, he might just end up benching Mitoma because there's that much raw talent there. By the way, boys, before we kickstart this game, player of the episode from last time around, young Chido Obi. The streets will never forget his performance against City. And don't worry, at some point in this episode, you guys will see him in action. For now, though, I really want to start Girassi so that he can get his first goal for Manchester United. We know how much it can mean for him as he tries to get the effort, but it's blocked. Big chance here for Ahmad to show what he's all about as he looks for Girassi really well, but he can't get the shot off, goes tumbling down. Second half now, and suddenly Leicester City are in the attack. They've barely done a thing in this game, and they're taking a set piece short here with Mavdidi, and we're struggling to defend this. It's good link-up player. Mavdidi, and what was that for a challenge? It's a good thing they completely ruined that attack. I don't want to be conceding pens, man. We got to be careful. Oh, and Marcus Rashford's making a really nice run. This is what I like to see as we find Girassi, but that was such a heavy touch. I should have just gone forward with Rashford there. Uh-oh, and now we're seeing Leicester City on the charger with Mavdidi, and fair enough. They've barely done a thing in this game, but when it matters, they've taken the lead. You know what? I'm going to have to make a change. Girassi is not having the best of games. Obi will come on. We'll bring on Cunha for Baleba and also Mbeumo. Come on, man. If we would have been in a title fight, we cannot afford to lose to Leicester. Man, even after the changes, it's still Leicester City on the charger. I'm really struggling as another chance, but Lement saved that. And okay, wait, on the counter-attack, Cunha might be able to save us here. He's driving the ball forward. There are options. What was that first touch? We're trying our best to maybe conjure up something here with Obi linking up with Mbeumo. Mbeumo falling and sliding, but he manages to get the goal. At least we get a point out of this. And bro, you can't deny it, man. Chido Obi always seems to involve him in attacks. Gets another assist. Wasn't the ideal result, boys, but at least we salvaged something here. Man, but draws aren't going to be enough because look at Liverpool, top of the league, already 3 points clear of us. Even City have a couple more points. Arsenal as well. We got to start picking up the pace. But now, though, looks like Champions League finally begins. I am so excited for the league phase. Ideally, the goal is to get into the top 8 so we can skip the playoffs. Because the playoffs will mean that we'll have to play an additional couple of games in February, and I don't want that. Already, though, I'm worried about our schedule with all the Champions League football, the cup football as well. But hey, those are the demands of managing a top club. Now, as much as I want to start about Chido Obi. I need Girassi to start firing, so I'm hoping this Champions League game could do exactly that. Okay, a bit of space here for Baleba. I'm just going for it, and what? A deflection? Nah, that might be the luckiest goal we've scored in this series. Bro, the football we're playing right now. Mbumo squaring it for Girassi, and there's his first goal. That is exactly what we needed from Serhu Girassi, and hopefully he can fire on from here. No, Laments, what did you do? Bro, just like Emi Martinez a few weeks ago, Laments also has a howler. I guess next game we now got to give Emi a chance, but my goodness, was that horrible. Okay, what is happening here? Suddenly, we're now 2-all. This guy just ran through our defense. Yet I was praising De Ligt and Yoro, but we're now getting schooled against a Romanian team. No way, they could actually make it 3-1. Lenny Yoro at least does a good job there. What even just happened here? Has this guy, Danny Bariglia, whoever he is, just scored a hat-trick on me? I think he has. Utter humiliation at Old Trafford. We were 2-0 up, cruising, and we end up losing 3-2. I genuinely cannot believe this result. Is this how we're going to win the Premier League and the Champions League? Just embarrassing. In other news, we've got a message from our board. Thankfully, it's not about our miserable performance that we just had. Use it or lose it. The club has decided that any remaining transfer budget will not carry over to next season. Bro, that means the 172 million we have, we gotta spend it in January. Otherwise, that money's gonna be gone. And you know what? Based on what I've been seeing so far this season, maybe I was wrong about De Ligt and Yoro. We do need some reinforcements in that centre-back spot as well. That could be something for January. Right now, we've got a Carabao Cup fixture against Arsenal, and I know they're a big team, but I don't think we've got the bandwidth to compete in the Carabao Cup, so I'm just gonna rotate the squad completely. And I'm a bit nervous, and yeah, we end up losing on penalties. Bro, there's something about Chido Obi, man. Even though we lost, he still scored in this game. What just happened here? Girassi is injured and is unavailable? Hyper-extended knee injury, and he'll be out for 6 weeks? Bro, what even is our luck? That is crazy, bro. The star striker we've just signed, he's out for like a month or so. Well, I guess we've got no other choice. Chido Obi, everything is going to depend on him. But okay, boys, he's actually exhausted. No stamina whatsoever. I think we can play Chido Obi only for like one half. Good thing is we do have Marcus Rashford in the bench, so we'll bring him on then. But Reece James looks exhausted. We will also play Emi Martinez after that howler from Laments. It's match day 2 now in the Champions League, and we gotta win. Mitoma trying to get in behind with pace, and he does so. Mitoma, no, they didn't allow him to shoot. How is that not a pen? Wait. Chido Obi has picked up a knock as well. What kind of luck am I dealing with, man? That challenge on him caused a knock here. I don't want to risk him. We'll bring on Marcus Rashford to play up top. Honestly, this season, we're starting off with the worst possible luck with all these injuries. I'm not taking a risk, boys. Obi looks fine now, but we'll only find out after the game what's the status. For now, Rashford, bro, this is your dream scenario. Both our star strikers are injured. It is your chance to become a hero at Manchester once again. Right now, looks like we're going to become 0 again, but De Ligt does really well. Ooh, I see Marcus Rashford. He's got the pace. This is what Rashford can do. Marcus goes for a cheeky chip, but he gets the rebound. It's a dodgy goal, but we'll absolutely take it. Marcus Rashford back at Man United. Now we're looking like in complete control as Rashford gets there first, but the header was wide. Here's our Moroccan right back El Hilali, now looking for Rashford. Baleba, Cunha, finding Mitoma. The link-up play there, we should have made it 2-0. We're really going to regret all these missed chances. I think we need a bit of control in this game. So, on comes Menu, Bruno at cam, and we change Menu to a box-to-box, Bruno to a playmaker. This is my favorite substitution combo to just get a bit of control over the game. Look at the space on the breakaway here. Mbumo trying to cut inside. I'm waiting for Rashford to keep that run going. Marcus Rashford, oh, that's a lovely finish. In times like these, it's Marcus Rashford, born and bred in Manchester, who's getting the job done. Mitoma, oh, that's a lovely ball for Marcus Rashford. What a finish. He's just scored a hat-trick in the Champions League. We will absolutely take that, boys. He's got us our first Champions League win as well. And also a bit of good news. It was only a scare on Chido Obi. He's perfectly fine. Oh, man, not again. El Hilali homesick. Bro, we literally signed you from a Premier League club. You were already in England. Okay, we dealt with this situation before. Wait, the options are different. We can either just get back to him later, or I could help him settle by adding his favorite Moroccan food to the cafeteria menu. What even is this? No way giving him Moroccan food is going to get rid of his homesickness. We'll see how this plays out.
That's it. Nice and hot.
Okay, we're now gearing up to face Chelsea in the Premier League. This is an important game. We need to win this if we want to push for the title. And that's why I'm making a couple of changes. Bruno's going to come in the team. Manu as well. I feel like this way we'll be able to control that midfield. But most importantly, Rashi is playing up top. And here we go, boys. Heading to Old Trafford. Massive game here against Chelsea. Oh, no, it's raining. And look at the way the ball is moving. Look at the first touches as well. This is going to be a tough game.
Are you being serious? It's raining for both teams.
If we can just somehow take the early lead, how big could that be? As here's Mbumo trying to do exactly that. He's managed to get his man. And Mbumo, lovely finish. 1-0 up now against Chelsea. Exactly what we need. Oh, Pedro Neto's broken through completely. Emi Martinez, that is why we signed him. I think we need to make changes. I would love the pace of Ahmad. Rashford hasn't had the best of games, so we'll bring on Chido Obi. Come on, boys. We've still got the lead. I know we can win this. But just as I say that, Pedro Neto is attacking us with so much pace. And Emi Martinez, big save again. Bro, with this kind of performance, man, Emi Martinez is making a big claim for him to be a starter. Ahmad looking across it in for Chido Obi. He tried his best, couldn't win it. But what a relief, man. We managed to hold on. A massive win against Chelsea. Emi Martinez for sure was man of the match here. Well, looks like giving Moroccan food to Hilali was not the right play because he's homesick again. I can either tell him to just focus on his football or I can just delay the situation. I think we'll just delay and see what happens here because if I tell him to focus, you know he's going to be like, oh, I want to leave the club like Ian Matson. Wait a minute, boys. El Hilali did message me earlier on. I really can't thank you enough, boss. Food from home really is good for the soul, isn't it? He was happy. What went wrong? Somebody just give him more Moroccan food, man. Anyways, boys, we've got a massive test in the Champions League now. Atletico Madrid. Still no Girassi available. He should be back in like a week or so. But now against Atleti, I want to do something brave. I'm going to trust Chido Obi. If he doesn't perform well, I know there's Rashford to come on to help us out. But I think this is how we're going to line up. By the way, look at that. Unai Emery is now the Atletico Madrid manager. I'm interested to see how his team plays. I do feel like they're not going to be playing super defensive football like Simeone. But I think this is going to be a really good test for us to see where we stand. The board wants us to reach the Champions League final. For that, teams like Atleti, we need to be getting the job done against. Obi and Cunha linking up so nicely. There's Cunha goes for goal, gets the goal. Something about Obi's link-up play, man. He always gets assists. Come on, boys. We can pull off a famous win here at Madrid against Atletico. I believe in this team. Gonna have to defend, though, for that as Atletico is on the charge here. We've really marked well, and Lewis Hall doing a solid job. Oh, Julian Alvarez has just gotten the better of me, and fair enough. He's one of the best strikers in the world, man. That's what Julian Alvarez can do. Oh, lovely ball for Chido. He's managed to break through, but the first touch wasn't the best. He looks for Mbumo. Mbumo, nope. The angle is difficult, and no. How close was that? I think we got to make changes. Rashford's coming on. We'll bring on Ahmad as well for Mitoma. I really believe we can push for a win here. We just need to get this attack right. And Cunha has gone through all by himself. And there's the goal. Matheus Cunha always clutching up. And that is just the win we needed in the Champions League. And oh my, was that result important because it's propelled us into the top 8. Long way to go, but it's a big comeback that we've made after that defeat in the first round. Even in the Premier League, we keep fighting. And look at where we are right now. 6 points off Liverpool. But we have a game in hand. Despite Girassi's injury, I think we've competed really well, all thanks to having the likes of Obi and Rashford perform. But I also think we now need to make a decision. With this 172 million, which the board is going to take away at the end of the season, do we use this once we get to January? Do we bolster our defense? I do think that could be the play. We could go for a world-class centre-back, and that could make us proper contenders. The question is who? Let me know in the comments. For now, though, I'm really glad that Girassi is almost back. In 6 days, he'll be fully fit, and we need him to start firing goals. The Man United board have just announced that they want to take some profits out of the club. I mean, I understand doing this if we were winning a lot of trophies, but when Manchester United have not won a single Premier League title in over a decade, this feels rather ridiculous. Especially considering we've made so much progress in building this Man United team. Players like Mitoma, Emi Martinez, and of course our star signing of the summer, Girassi. And now the board wants to take away our 172 million? Apparently it's because they want to recoup the losses they made on the likes of Sesko and Xerxes. But come on, man, this is not the way. We really do need this money because we found massive issues in this team. First of all, Girassi's injury. We did not expect that. Because of that, we've barely seen him in action. Rashford, who's back from his loan spell, he's had to step up. And also young Chido Obi. The major issue, though, for us is at the back. De Ligt and Yoro finally starting to get exposed. And I think if we want to be serious, win the Premier League, win the Champions League, we might need to spend spend big on a centre-back. And with the board just making the announcement that at the end of the season, they'll take away whatever money we have left. It won't carry over to the next season. We gotta spend this in January. Usually, I don't like making massive signings in January because I feel it kind of destabilizes the team. But with the financial situation we're in, you never know, man. The board might just take away all the profits and not give us a good budget for the following season. I don't want to be in a situation like that. So once we're in January, we're going to break the bank to bring in a ridiculously good centre-back. Until then, though, we got to keep pushing to stay as close to Liverpool as possible in the Premier League. We're 6 points off, but with the game in hand, it could be only 3. Actually, that game in hand is against Burnley, who are literally lost. But saying that, I do not want to underestimate Burnley. Now, by the way, we do have some good news. Guirassy is back in training, but he's not fully fit. It'll take him about like a week to be 100%. And we do have a press conference question about that. Now that Guirassy is back from his injury, you put him straight away in the starting 11, or use Chido Obi until he's fully fit because of his amazing form. I don't want to risk another injury to Guirassy because him becoming a goal machine is, I think, what we need to win the big trophies. So we'll definitely ease him in. Maybe towards December, we'll make him a starter. But yeah, it's a good shout to have Chido Obi as a starter. But do not sleep on Marcus Rashford. Ever since he's been back here at Man United, he's playing, I feel, with vengeance. A point to prove to all the Man United fans that wrote him off. I mean, he scored a hat-trick for us. I don't think any striker has done that yet for us in this series. And so, yup, against Burnley, I'm going to have Rashford start. Also, I think we need to be super attacking in this game. So instead of Baleba, we'll put Mainu. And we are not losing this game, boys. Look at Rashford. He looks in the mood. You guys think I should give Marcus Rashford a better kit number? He's wearing number 26. I know it would be a bit emotional to give him that number 10, but I feel like taking it away from Cunha is, nah. That just feels too harsh. Mitoma right now looking for options to see what he can do as he goes out wide for Mbumo. I don't like these conditions, man. It's raining like crazy and it's causing all the passes to be off. This is like the perfect conditions for Burnley to sneak away with like a 1-0 win. We can't allow that. Rashford, couple of nice touches as he then looks for Mbumo. If he can get it on his left foot, which he can, that's a good save. Who's that? Hannibal Mejbri. I remember him being part of the Man United team. Didn't really succeed here. Oh, what a ball that is for Cunha. Nope. Controls it well again. Dubravka. How? That's what I'm telling you, man. There's something about Burnley that just makes them so annoying to play. Like, how have they not conceded yet? Oh, that's a lovely run being made by Cunha. Surely now, no. Wait, that was a goal kick. Cunha just put it wide. That's even worse, man. Okay, I need to just calm down. All we need is the first goal, because I know then we'll get the job done. You know what? Tactically, I think I need something different. We're just crowding the midfield way too much. So maybe I will have Mitoma as well as Mbumo play like a winger. In that case, we might benefit by having Ahmad. Some tactical changes, boys, and let's hope it works. You know what? In a game like this against Burnley, I feel like this is where we're missing Guirassy. Bruno Fernandes seeing that run of Cunha, but why was that pass so overhit? You know what? This hasn't been Rashford's game. I'm gonna have to bring on Obi. If there was ever a time for us to get a set-piece goal, it's not now. Not against Burnley. Bro, this has legit been the most Burnley performance ever. They've barely touched the ball. Yet, somehow, this game is still 0-0. Although now, could be a chance for Chido Obi. He's kept himself onside, but Dubravka again. I don't even know if it's possible to beat this Burnley team, man. It's actually insane. Although, Mbumo finding a bit of space, Dubravka again. Well, we can only blame ourselves here. It's a 0-0 draw. We had all the chances in the world, but just not clinical enough. And it shows, man. As good as Rashford is, as good as Chido Obi is, they're not going to be the ones to finish that one opportunity we might get. For that, we need someone like Guirassy. Now, in other news, looks like Vinicius Jr. gets his Ballon d'Or.
Oh no. Anyway, last week...
But yeah, we don't really care about that. Straight away, we need to focus on Champions League football. I'm still not going to risk Guirassy. He's recovering. I will start Rashford again in this game. Against Lille, he might get more space. By the way, he was electric in that last episode, so he's your player of the episode. But I'm hoping we see more from him. At the back, we'll put Licha. Also, I'm going to play El Hilali. But bro, this guy is still homesick for some reason. I don't know when things are going to be fine for him, man. It's actually crazy. We got to put that Burnley nonsense behind us, man. I want a big win here. Lewis Hall is trying to make that happen as I see a cutback opportunity, and Matheus Cunha. Right place, right time. I'm glad we've sorted out our left-back problems, man, because I was getting really annoyed with Ian Maatsen not being a success. But now Lewis Hall seems like the exact player we need. And he just goes and gives away the ball. But we've got Licha, no problem. Lovely ball and the link-up play. Cunha gets it back. I should be laying it off for Mbumo. There's the second. That's the kind of football we weren't able to play against Burnley, but it's working out against Lille. Now that's exactly the result we needed in the Champions League. Training injury clash. A challenging day at training took a turn for the worse as both Emi Martinez and Mbumo sustained injuries. Regrettably, neither player will be fit for selection. Are you joking? Both of them got cooked? Wait a minute. Don't tell me these are like long-term injuries, man. Like, honestly. Oh my days. It's an ACL for Emi. Okay, wait. No. It's not an ACL. It's an MCL, which isn't as bad. But he will be out for a couple of months. I'm so glad we've got Lemens at the club. It's once again going to be his time to shine. But Mbumo could be brutal, man. And he's broken his foot. What were they even doing in training, man? He's out for a couple of months too. Just as Girassi gets to full fitness, we've now got another couple of major injuries. I guess thankfully Ahmad is there in the squad. He's going to play a big part. Also, Lemens comes back in. With all these injuries, we got to now expect more from Girassi. I need him to carry us through these difficult times. Oh, Ahmad wins that. This is really looking dangerous here. Still Ahmad looks to find Girassi. It couldn't get to him. I think we got to be patient with Girassi because he's just come back from his injury. This is looking nice. It's Girassi inside the box, finding that space, but no shot. Oh, Baleba's got an outpace there, and Reece James can't catch up as well. Who is this kid? He's run through our entire defense. Lemens making a big save. And on the attack, though, we go with Amad Diallo. What a chance this is for him to step up in Mbumo's absence, and that is what Amad does. That was only his first goal of the season, but we're going to need a lot more from him. A lot more from that man, Girassi, who's now linking up nicely. He's pushed himself wide, which I don't know why. But we're going to move the ball around nicely. And here's Reece James. He's got a bit of pace in him, yeah? Simple cut back. But, oh, Girassi gets a free goal. Do you know what? I know that's a tap-in. But he did his job being in the right place at the right time. His first ever Premier League goal. Oh, man, Girassi back to goal is so effective as he links up nicely, yeah? Shields the ball really well. Gets past the defender. And that is why we've signed Girassi. This is what a fully fit version of him can do. Now, all we need to see is Girassi being consistent and keeping that form up. We're heading to Newcastle and I want to see him score. But at the back again, we've got problems. De Ligt is not fully fit. Lisandro Martinez looks super tired as well. We've already got a bit of an injury crisis, man. This way we're going to have more injuries. That is why it's going to be so important once we get to January to sign another centre-back. I think for now, De Ligt is just going to have to play. You know what? I'm not worried. With Girassi back, the team should be a lot better as he finds Reece James. Here we go. On the attack. Reece, the pace. Oh, Elanga's gone through and that was a really bad challenge. Could that be a red card? It's only a yellow, bro. That should have been a red. We've been let off. I'm sure fans of rival clubs are going to say that we've rigged the referees. Elanga with a lovely cross. Nobody was marking Visa, who goes for goal. Lemens with a good save. Bro, if we're not careful, Newcastle might be able to sneak something out of this. Well, we've got Girassi running through, shielding the ball nicely, trying to find some space to go for goal. Girassi, are you mad? That was ridiculous. Back from his injury, and he's showing why we spent all that money, why we backed him. That came off the post in as well. Look at the curl Girassi got on it. Outrageous. Okay, suddenly we've gotten a bit too excited and given Newcastle way too much space. Nobody went for a tackle, and it's 1-1. Okay, we're going to win this game no matter what, and Cunha made that look so easy. No, we're not conceding, boys. We're not conceding. De Ligt, what a challenge that. He read that so well. And now Girassi just keeps fighting with the ball. And how does he manage to do that? No. Girassi there should have made it 3-1. No, not in the 90th minute, man. Not in the 90th minute. And no. Bruno Guimaraes of all players. Newcastle just don't give up, do they? How do we not win this game? That is so frustrating, boys. We had a really good chance to close the gap down to Liverpool. But now it's going to remain 6 points. Do we have an update on our injured players? I think we do. Emi Martinez, still going to be out for like 5 weeks. Same with Mbumo. In fact, more 6 weeks for him. Do you know what? In their absence, I think we've still done a really good job. Amad has stepped up. Lemens has done a decentish job. But now in the Champions League against Dortmund, we're going to have a real test. I think if we win this game, top 8 is going to look very, very likely. And it just hit me that Girassi is out here playing against his former club. I would love to see him score. Amad Diallo, and guess who I see in the box? It's Girassi who finishes that coolly and does not celebrate as well against his former club, showing a bit of respect. respect. But nah, bro, Girassi's goal record ever since he came back from injury has been crazy. There were a lot of comments from you guys doubting Girassi, saying that why did I call him a world-class striker? Well, you guys are seeing it now. He was the top scorer in the Champions League for Dortmund, and now he's doing crazy stuff for us as well. Clear the ball away. No, Joe Bellingham hit the post. Lemens catch it. Well, with 1-0, we can't just rest. We've got to try and push for the second because, yeah, Dortmund are very capable. No, Lenny Yoro, what did you do there? De Ligt is now all alone here. He's going to try everything. But, oh my days, we had to rely on that going wide. For a second, I thought it was in. See that run being made by Girassi. Oh, the touch, and he actually took out the defender as well. I think Girassi's done his job for this game. We're going to bring on a bit of pace. I'm thinking Rashford. Actually, let's bring on Chido Obi, as well as Rashford for the left midfield spot. Mainu as well. And already Obi has just come on, and he's got a chance here to score, maybe. Big save. Rashford, though, on the rebound, couldn't get there. I think this strategy of subbing on Obi and Rashford for pace, bro, it could be the play that gets us a lot of wins. Because just look at the pace, and once Rashford gets going, how do you even stop him? He's going to try and create space here. Does so. Rashford with the shot. Rashford with the goal. And that seals the win for us against Dortmund. After that result, I think we're looking really covered in the Champions League. We're second right now. And I'll be honest, our last couple of Champions League games, I don't think are going to be that difficult. The fact that with all the injuries, we still managed to pretty much secure top 8. Bro, I've got a feeling maybe the board were right. We should be aiming for the big trophies because right now we're in it for everything. Although, yeah, guys, the defense, we've got to do something about it. De Ligt, for some reason, his stamina is just getting destroyed. Lenny Yoro as well. We're having a lot of stamina issues in our backline, and I think the time has now come for us to start discussing what we're going to do with this 172 mil. And well, I want to go Brazilian. We've got Murillo, who's currently playing at Atalanta. He was amazing for Nottingham Forest, and that's why I know if we end up signing him, he could elevate our defense by quite a bit. Look at the pace he's got. Man, he's going to be so insane. But then there's even Bremer, more experienced, 86 rated, balling out for Juventus. I think he's a real option too. And actually, we are not done with the Brazilians because there's Eder Militao as well. And don't forget, Man United do have a history of signing players from Real Madrid, especially towards the latter stages of their career. I remember when they brought Varane, and now we could do the same thing by bringing in Militao. He is a bit injury prone, that's the only worry, and we've really had no luck with injuries this season. Also, I do feel like with Real Madrid having Dean Howson, they might look to ship off Militao for some cash. This deal might be possible, but you know what, right now we'll keep all 3 of them in the shortlist. But now though, we've got to just focus on the Premier League to try and cut that gap short to Liverpool. But it's going to be a massive challenge for us as we're facing Arsenal, 2nd versus 3rd in the Premier League. I think if any of these teams lose, it might kick them out of the title race. I think in a game like this, I need some passion in that midfield, so Mainu will start. Do I play Rashford as well instead of Mitoma? Come on, man, against Arsenal, I feel like Rashford might have a big game. This season, we've shown that in the Champions League, we are ready to take on anybody almost. In the Premier League, though, Liverpool's advantage is quite big, and we got to show it now by beating Arsenal to prove that we're proper contenders too. Some really nice linked-up play. I couldn't pull it off. Saliba's going to be insane. That is one thing that also convinces me that we need to make a big centre-back signing, because look at Arsenal. They've got Saliba and Gabriel. Liverpool have got VVD. I think we need a player of that caliber. It's Rashford, though, looking to probe, and he uses the step-overs to get through. Marcus Rashford, now across here for Girassi. Nobody attacked it. Oh, Gyökeres. Gyökeres is going to be tough to deal with. How has he managed to go through their big save from Lemens? Okay, bro, Lewis Hall is going to have a tough night, but so far he's dealing with Saka well. And Cunha looking for Girassi, who's managed to break through. Can't get the shot off properly. Why did he use his left foot? Rashford again opening up some space. This is what he can really do. Looking to go for goal. Oh, that's off the crossbar. So unlucky. Bro, if the scoreline remains the same, it's only going to help Liverpool. We need to try and get a result here. Oh, Rashford has gotten a lot of pace. He's having the best game I think he has for us for quite a while. Just the finishing touches in there. Okay, De Ligt is just not catching up to Saka. What do we do here? Lenny Yoro gets completely mugged. Then Lemens with a big save. How are we not a goal down in this game? Instead, Rashford is on the other end, trying to attack here. Still Marcus Rashford, finding open space. Goes for it, but drags it wide. I think we need some changes, folks. We're going to sub off Girassi, bring on Chido Obi. Not like this, man. Gabriel Martinelli is too quick to deal with. Lenny Yoro can't really do much. And Lemens again. We're so lucky Gyökeres is having a nightmare in front of goal. Oh, De Ligt. Does he think he's a left winger? Because look at him go. Still De Ligt. How does he have the pace? He cuts it back for Rashford, but again gets blocked. Bro, this might be one of the craziest nil-nils I've ever experienced so far. It could change at any moment here. And right now, it's looking like it could change for Arsenal. Odegaard is on the charge. Lenny Yoro does well. And we get it away. Bro, I just hate the fact that Liverpool are enjoying watching this happen. Because as things stand, they're going to now get an 8-point lead in the Premier League unless we can maybe score. And no, boys, we couldn't score. That is so annoying. Right after getting a bad result, I don't think this is a good thing from Cheetah Obi. He's asked for a new contract and the board have told me to get this sorted. And wait, he submitted a transfer request? Oh, I must have missed negotiating his contract from before because he does want a new deal. And to be fair, boys, he's on less than 10k per week. That's got to change because he's been that good, up to a 70 overall as well. And yeah, we're going to pretty much double his wages. I think it's well deserved. Got to be careful about the messages I get, man, because you never know, some players might want to renew. But yeah, looks like for now we're all fine with the squad. Wait a minute, boys. Looks like Liverpool have floundered a little bit because the gap is now just 5 points. Halfway through the season and it is starting to look like we might have a chance, especially now that we're in January and we can strengthen our team even more. And I think, boys, I have made my decision. As good as Murillo is, as good as Bremer is, I'm willing to take a chance in Eder Militao. I know he's injury prone, but he's got Champions League winning experience. That is what this Manchester United team needs. He'll be so much better than De Ligt or even Lenny Yoro. And honestly, for some reason, Real Madrid aren't asking an atrocious amount of money for him. Could we get this deal done for like 55 million? And yes, we can with the sell-on clause, but that's perfectly fine. We're gonna have to make him one of the highest paid players in the club. That's just because of the accolades Militao has won. But without a shadow of doubt, I'm willing to do that and welcome Militao to Manchester United. With this transfer, boys, I can definitely say the serious business is about to begin. As long as nothing unexpected happens later on in this window, I think we've got our team that's ready to take on both the Premier League and the Champions League. But as I said before, anything can happen. We just signed Eder Militao from Real Madrid, but a lot of you guys aren't happy with the signing because Real Madrid have had a history of finessing Manchester United in transfers. They recently sold them Casemiro, Varane, even Angel Di Maria. And guess what? All of these signings have kind of been flops. But I don't think that's going to be the case for Militao. He's only 28 years old, 87 rated. Guess the one worry we have with him is injuries. But we're going to be extra careful with his training plan so he does not get any sort of serious injury. If somehow we can keep Militao fit and playing all the big games, I don't see why we can't make a push for all the trophies. We've got Girassi back from his injury, and you guys saw what he's been doing. Banger goals after banger goals. And also, he's your player of the episode from the last one. Even the injury concerns we've had, Mbumo and Emi Martinez, they should be back very soon. And as things stand, we're 5 points off Liverpool. Champions League, we've basically secured top 8. We gotta just keep pushing, and I really feel like we'll be able to do what the board wants us to do. I mean, yeah, it's still kind of crazy the board expects us to basically win everything, but we'll do our all. Now, we're still in the January transfer window, but honestly, as things stand, I'm kind of happy with the squad we've got. We've got solid depth in every position. I mean, I see no position where we really need a big upgrade, and I want to keep things as is. I want to win with this team. Now, in FC 26, you got to expect the unexpected, so you never know. Something crazy might happen. And talking about crazy, look at this. Kobbie Mainoo getting an offer from Manchester City. Even if I was held at gunpoint, I wouldn't sell Mainoo to City. Straight up rejecting this. Meanwhile, boys, remember that Moroccan player who was having homesickness issues? He's just messaged me, boss, I've decided it's time for me to pursue a new challenge. I don't feel aligned with the current direction the club is heading, and I believe it's best for my career to explore new opportunities. What do you mean you don't feel aligned with the direction we're heading? We're literally heading towards winning every trophy, and you don't like that? Bro, we even gave him like Moroccan food. What more does he want, man?
I want to go home. I want to go home.
The annoying thing is that he's actually good. 87 pace. Sometimes he feels better than even Reece James. And that's kind of why I don't want to sell him. He's literally got a contract for 3.5 years. I'm just going to keep him at the club. He can cry about being homesick as much as he wants.
If anyone out there is listening, I'm being held here against my will.
Either way, the FA Cup now begins, and as crazy as it sounds, we kind of need to take this seriously. Yes, I know the Premier League is way more important, so is the Champions League, but the board literally wants us to win the FA Cup, and I guess we gotta try to make it happen. Saying that, I will use the FA Cup to rotate the squad quite a bit. Mr. Homesick El Hilali, he's gonna play. I want to try out Aiden Heaven as well. Also, we will give Militao his debut. I know it's an FA Cup game, but it might be a great way to just ease him into action. Cheetah, Obi, Marcus Rashford, all of them starting, but we've still got the quality with Bruno. Now, I am kind of traumatized a little bit from what we've been doing in cup competition since last season. Don't forget, Barnsley knocked us out of the Carabao Cup. Even this season, we couldn't go far. The media has definitely put a tag on me for being a fraud in these cup competitions. We got to change that. It looks like we're going to make easy work of finish. Cheetah Obi breaks through, and what a finish. FA Cup, I want him playing week in, week out, man. I want him to lead us to the trophy. Hopefully, he'll be able to do that. I feel like this time, even if we draw like a difficult team in the FA Cup, I'm still going to trust Cheetah Obi because he's shown this season that even when he plays the big games, he can deliver. Rashford linking up nicely with Cheetah Obi. Marcus Rashford on his right foot. Simple goal for Obi, and he just had to tap it home. This time, there was no humiliation like last season against Barnsley. We march on in the FA Cup. What is happening? Is that Manuel Ugarte? I think he is. He's leaving the club. When did this happen? I think it's because we've basically favored Baleba and Mainu over him, which I guess is fair enough. But he's joined Manchester City. What kind of a betrayal is this? Literally our biggest rivals. How? How did I not notice this, man? That is so annoying. There was a notification there. Stupid of me to not notice it. Even though I was kind of done with making transfers this season, I told you, we got to just expect the unexpected. Who would have thought that Ugarte would join City? But now that kind of has me worried. We've only got Mainu as depth for Baleba, Mount for Bruno Fernandes, as well as Cunha. I feel like that is a risky position to be in. I think just to keep the squad safe in case there's an injury to like Bruno or something, we should sign another midfielder. I don't want to be in a situation where we're in the Champions League quarterfinals or something and Bruno gets injured. We'll be absolutely cooked. And honestly, since the money's anyway there, which by the way will be taken away come the start of next season, I reckon we should spend it. Now I'm thinking for the midfield position, if we sign a player who can play both that cam role as well as a bit deeper like how Bruno plays, that could be the best case scenario for squad depth. And I do have a few ideas. But for now though, we gotta focus on this big game against Arsenal. We're 4 points above them, so we're in a good spot. But if we draw points against them, Liverpool are just gonna extend their gap at the top. I remember we recently played Arsenal and it was a 0-0 draw. We can't afford that now. This is gonna be a first proper test for Militao against a team like Arsenal. I need him to have a good game. Timo Martinez is back from his injury, but we're not gonna rush him in. I feel like Lamens has been doing a great job. I will play Kobbie Mainu though. I feel like in games like this, Mainu really steps up. And come on boys, we need to get a result here if we want to really push Liverpool for the title. A draw won't be acceptable. Oh man, Gyökeres is gonna be such a pain to deal with. Lenny Yoro just can't keep up and it's 1-0 Arsenal. That's the worst possible start. Oh, it's a lovely ball for Guirassy and what a header. Well, it looks like both the big money strikers for Arsenal as well as Man United have stepped up. This cross as well from Amad Diallo was insane, but the header from Serhou Guirassy, look at the leap. These are exactly the kind of goals I've been wanting to score with Guirassy, and I'm so glad since his injury, he's managed to recover this kind of a level. And now here we go with Reece James looking to try again, but this time Saliba had Guirassy covered. Gyökeres again. Militao is going to have to deal with him, and he does so really nicely, and he's driving the ball forward. I'm waiting for Mitoma to make that run. He releases it nicely, and here we go. Mitoma's on the charge. Could look to maybe cross it back again for Guirassy. Bicycle kick. That would have been insane. Mitoma does so well there to find Bruno Fernandes as we chip it for Cunha. Squaring it for Guirassy. It's a tap-in, but no, somebody was offside in this play. And it was tight, boys. It was really tight. Gonna make some changes now. We're gonna bring on Marcus Rashford for Mitoma. Baleba as well for more legs in the midfield. No. Gyökeres, how? We gave him so little space and he managed to pull that off. There's still time left. We're going to need something special. Guirassy on the ball here. Looking for options. Goes back for Bruno Fernandes. Now it's Marcus Rashford. Oh, he loses the ball and it's all over. A huge defeat for us in the Premier League. It was all starting to look like that maybe this season we can challenge for the title. But look at the situation now, boys. Arsenal have closed up to now just 1 point to us. But hold up. I think Liverpool drop points as well. The gap is only still 6 points. I think we're going to have a proper 3-way title race as things go on. And I think that's even more of a reason for us to invest in a midfielder. And I think the one player who would be absolutely perfect for what we're trying to build, Fermin Lopez. There were rumors in the last window that Barcelona wanted to sell him. Chelsea had come in with offers, but nothing materialized. He's got a lot of competition in that midfield with the likes of De Jong, Pedri, Olmo, and maybe we can offer him a way out here at Manchester United. He might give Cunha some serious competition, and he's also a bit more defensive, so he could offer that too. He can play in the centre mid position as well, and I don't think he's going to cost that much. Regardless, we've got the money to pull this off. 60 million, and I think Hansi Flick is is saying yes. No, they want Lenny Yoro, but absolutely not. I feel like Lenny Yoro and Militao are such a good partnership. We're going to keep it as is. We'll increase the money a little bit to 65 million. Get this done with, and Hansi Flick accepts. Bro, if we can make this deal happen, the level of competition we'll have in our team for different positions is going to be crazy. And that is exactly what we want if we want to go for the Premier League, the Champions League, the FA Cup. We will give him a wage bump at 120k, and I think he's going to accept. And yes, he does. Manchester United have just signed Fermin Lopez from Barcelona. Honestly, after Militao, I wasn't expecting to make any more signings, but Ugarte's departure kind of opened the door, and I think we've gotten ourselves a way better player. Man, it's been a crazy season of transfers. 7 new players coming in this window, and I kind of feel like that is exactly what Man United needs, a complete rebuild so that it can get back to the top, and we've done that. I think I would definitely rate the window we've just had like a 10 on 10. To bring the likes of Militao and Fermin Lopez, absolutely wild. Let me know how much you would rate it in the comments, and while you're down there, subscribe to the channel. We're now making our way through deadline day, and I don't think there's going to be anything crazy happening, although there are some wild rumors.
Wow, no.
Manchester City, man, why do you want to try and steal all our players? Absolutely not. We're not selling Bruno. And looks like we have gotten through deadline day.
Yes, Mr. Frodo. It's over now.
And eventually, this is the squad we have. Gotta put Fermin Lopez on the bench. And Mbumo is back as well from his injury. That's perfect. This basically looks like our Gala 11, as they say. Our strongest team. Emi Martinez, by the way, is dipped in his overall, and I think that makes way for Laments to be the starter. The question now is if this team can win us the Premier League, if it can win us the Champions League. Talking about the Champions League, we have wrapped up the league phases. Third position means we're gonna skip the playoffs. And I'm glad we are, because for the next month or so, I really want to focus on the Premier League. We've got an 8-point gap to Liverpool. We need to try and close that down. We're playing Fulham next, and I do want to try out Fermin Lopez, especially in that cam position. We'll also have Menu. Mbumo's going to be back in the team. And come on, boys. These are the fixtures where we need no-nonsense victories and just hope that Liverpool drop points. I'm really excited to see what Fermin can offer. And one thing, though, is going to be good is his passing as he releases Mitoma, who's 1v1, and he should have made it 1-0. Fermin Lopez, he's a bit of a fighter, man, going through all challenges here. Lewis Hall now, looking for Girassi. The header goes in. He is an absolute beast inside the box. His 11th goal in 18 games, and the fact that he was injured for like 6 weeks. Oh, Girassi making a really nice run, linking up so well with Fermin Lopez. I didn't know Girassi had this in his locker, but he does so well and gets the finish right as well. Honestly, Fermin is having so much fun here as he lets through again for Girassi, who opens up space and scores a hat-trick in the Premier League. Nobody can now doubt our decision for signing Girassi. And boys, we are slowly chipping away that gap. Liverpool lost another game. The gap is down to 5 points. Oh, but we've got Chelsea next, and these are the games where we need to win to try and capitalize. And Mbumo has looked a bit rusty, but we need him to get back in shape, so we will play him. Again, big game. I need Menu in the lineup. Also between Cunha and Fermin Lopez. Right now, the way I saw Fermin link up with Girassi, I'm kind of tempted to go for him. We've now got so much quality that there's so many big decisions we gotta make. And I gotta say, boys, it does really feel like we've assembled one of the best Manchester United teams in like the last decade or so. Of course, we don't have that many like superstars, you know, players like Cole Palmer that Chelsea has. But we've got really good ballers in every position like Mbumo, Girassi up top. But we now need to show it, boys. Beating Chelsea here is a must. Bro, Militao has actually been so good for us, man. As long as he can stay fit, I think he could guide us to the Premier League. Right now, though, we're running through with Mbumo. He's got a lot of pace in his ranks here. He still keeps going. Still Mbumo tries a cutback, but there was nobody there. Oh man, it's that Garnacho I just saw. I don't want him performing against us. That would be painful. Right now, though, it's Pedro Neto looking to create space. Militao again doing a great job. Mitoma again trying to open up some space. I see Kobe Menu. Bruno Fernandes. This is perfect. Bruno goes for goal, scores. It had to be our captain in such a massive game for us. Bro, we've really got big decisions to make because this midfield of Menu, Bruno, and Fermin, it really feels like it's got the perfect balance. There's Alejandro Garnacho, bro. We cannot let him score. Reece James getting the job done. No, not like that. that, man? Why do we give so much space to Pedro Neto? Girassi sees Fermin Lopez running through. What a chance. Fermin, it could be his first goal for Manchester United. Fermin Lopez puts it home. A massive, massive goal for the title. We gotta defend these set pieces, man. Laments comes forward and collects. Now that's just about getting those 3 points. No. Chelsea are coming forward now with Estevao. He's really good. Enzo Fernandez, what a shot. How do we survive that? At least we're now on the counter-attack as Girassi's header saved by Ter Stegen, but end the game. I don't even care. And oh, man, important 3 points for us. We needed this. And look at the team celebrate, bro. They know how important these 3 points are. And oh, I can start to feel it, boys. The crumble is beginning for Liverpool. They've dropped more points. We're now just 3 behind. And we face Spurs next. But Liverpool play Chelsea. Okay, to play against Spurs, I'm making one change. Rashford's going to come. But apart from that, it's going to be the same 11. I'm really liking Fermin, Mainu, and Fernandes in the midfield. Ahmad looking to strike one, and what a goal in an FA Cup game as well. The amount of quality we've got in our squad that our backup players can come and do that. Dobby looking for Matheus Cunha. It's been a while since he's played, but I think I need to be playing him more because Cunha is so good. Ward-Prowse with a free kick, and fair enough. West Ham are coming back in this. This is looking bad as though Emi Martinez, you just got floored. How has this game gone from us comfortably leading 2-0 to now 2-all? Okay, wait. Chidobe could save us. Chidobe could save us. Why did he use his left foot? I literally was setting him up for a right-footed finesse shot. Come on, Chidobe. You can do better than that. You know what? There's space here for Marcus Rashford. He's going to go for a shot, and that was a really good attempt. Bro, there isn't much time left, man. This could be the last attack of the game. We need to get this pass right, and Baleba gets the pass right, but Cunha messes up. FA Cup tie going to extra time, man. How are we in this situation? You know what? Now is the perfect time to make some changes. Girassi against tired legs. We'll bring him on for Obi. I want to keep Fermin on because he's just got that energy, so we'll sub off Cunha. Mainu will come on as well. And at the back, I'll bring on Militao. Okay, the big boys are now on the field. I have no intention of getting knocked out, so let's try and get the job done. Girassi and Fermin, man, their connection is actually mad here. As Fermin looks for Marcus Rashford, who's broken through. No, Rashford! A golden chance to be the hero. As Bruno looks to put it in, and Militao with the header. We needed someone to step up. It's the man from Real Madrid who's coming through for Man United. And that's what I call the magic of the FA Cup. Fair enough, West Ham. They took us all the way to the end. But through we go to the next round. But guys, the big games just don't stop. It's time for the Champions League round of 16. We've drawn Napoli. Of course it had to be them. So many reunions. We're going to be up against Romelu Lukaku, but also Scott McTominay. Kevin De Bruyne too is at Napoli. Definitely a bit nervous for this one, and I don't like the fact that we've got some tired legs. Baleba, we got to play Mainu instead. Fermin is completely out, I think, because we just had that cup game. Good thing Cunha's got stamina. Girassi up top as well. I think this is how we line up. And oh man, it's been so long since Man United have taken part in these Champions League nights. We're playing away from home as well, and I do see Scott McTominay starting. Romelu Lukaku as well. No Kevin De Bruyne. That looks like a bit of a relief. But here we go, boys. This is where the business end of the season begins. We're doing well in the Premier League. We made it to the quarters of the FA Cup, but it's the Champions League that really matters. There's McTominay on the ball. I do not want him having a good game against us. Would be kind of poetic, but look at that. Napoli have carved us open with Dani Carvajal charging through. Lewis Hall gets completely floored. Laments with a big save. We're struggling to get it away, but we somehow do. Is this how this game is going to be? Complete just attacking football here as Girassi looks for Cunha. Now we've got a chance. Scott McTominay's trying to stop him, but Cunha does so well. Tries to curl it, but it's off the crossbar. Bro, it's been like 15 minutes and this game has just been insane. End-to-end stuff. And look at the challenges flying in. McTominay's fired up, man. Okay, we got to remember it's only the first leg, so we need to stay calm. And oh my days, we've got a free kick in a ridiculously good position. I mean, if Bruno can get this one up and over, could be massive, but it hits the wall. Halftime, boys, and it's been war against Napoli so far. Can't believe how it's 0-0, but you know what? If we can even get away with a draw away from home against Napoli, I'll fancy ourselves at Old Trafford. We gotta clear this away. Mitoma doing defensive work. Everybody's getting involved. Cunha. And I see the run being made. Girassi's through on goal. And he's got the finish. We've taken the lead here at Napoli. That goal completely changes this tie. We can be a bit defensive now. But saying that, with the way Napoli are pushing forward, maybe we could try and get another goal. Mbeumo, back from his injury, back to scoring goals. This is the Manchester United of old. All the pressure now is on Napoli to salvage something, which means we could maybe get another goal. Girassi in the box, too good. I think we might have just wrapped up this tie in the first leg itself. 3-0 from the first leg, boys. I'm super confident we've got the job done, and even though we lose in the second leg, we're through now to the Champions League quarterfinals. Honestly, boys, the fact that with this team we are right now on course for the treble, I know there's a long way ahead, but the fact that we are second in the Premier League, Champions League quarterfinals, FA Cup quarterfinals, if we can put things together in the next episode, business end of the season, we might just make Manchester United great again. 2 weeks ago, when I got FC26, I knew that my first career mode had to be with Manchester United, bringing back their glory days. Now, it wasn't going to be easy. We had to clear up the mess created by Ruben Amorim. First thing, of course, I did was bin that 3 at the back formation, and then bring in a tactical system inspired by Sir Alex Ferguson himself. We brought in talents like Baleba and Mitoma, and that helped us get back to Champions League football where Manchester United belong. But this season, we're pushing for more. We brought in players like Girassi who can't stop scoring, Eder Militao at the back to create a fortress. And look where we are right now, 3 points off the top. Yes, Liverpool and Arsenal are going to be there until the end competing with us, but we genuinely have a chance to win the Premier League. We've also made it to the FA Cup quarterfinals. Champions League 2, we managed to knock out Napoli. For the first time since 1999, there's a real chance we could win a treble with Manchester United. And today we could make it all possible. But wait a minute, guys. There is something I need to clear up. Last episode, we had a game against Spurs. And you guys noticed that we didn't actually show that game in the episode. And people in the comments are saying that's because I lost heavily. We got destroyed by Spurs and I was so embarrassed that I didn't want to show it. Absolutely not, boys. We actually won that game 4-0 with Girassi scoring even a hat-trick. Bro was cooking. It was just that the editors made an oopsie.
Denver, did you do this? Denver, was this you?
And I think we gotta let it slide, boys, because the editors have been cooking recently.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT!
But yeah, Spurs did not destroy us. In fact, we destroyed them. We've even got footage of the game.
Strength, the strength from Geru Girassi. Rebound balls for Firmino. That's what he does. By the way, looking to link up the passing, and now it's Marcus Rashford as well as he looks inside for Girassi. Those runs, he's now going to use his strength, create that angle, and I can't believe. But anyways, boys, a 4-0 win against Spurs.
And on that bombshell, back to the studio.
But now that's out of the way, we can focus on what's important. Business end of the season. 3 trophies on the line. And it all starts with a Manchester derby. 8 games to go, man. I do not want to be losing to Man City, especially considering they're pretty much out of the title race. We got to beat them so we can compete with Liverpool. In terms of our lineup, we don't really have any injury issues. Okay, now that I've said it, you just know someone's going to get injured. But yeah, this is probably our best team right now. Although I have been debating that maybe Fermin Lopez should be starting over Cunha because he's just so much more dynamic. He can track back and defend too, whereas Cunha is more of an attacking player. Against City, though, I think Fermin Lopez is the better pick. Funnily enough, in that game against Spurs, he did get his first goal for Man United, so I know he's good. Also, for these big games, I really do prefer Mainoo over Baleba. In fact, I'm starting to feel like this might be our strongest 11 and maybe what we'll be using in the big Champions League knockout games and whatnot. The only thing I need to decide is between Cunha and Firmin. And here we are, boys, at the Etihad Stadium. You bet Pep Guardiola wants to try and pull off the funniest thing. They're not even in the title race. All they want to probably do is just ruin our day. And I know Haaland is such a menace to defend against. And already it's Man City on the charge here. This is bad. Phil Foden has broken through and Lamens couldn't stop that. 8 minutes, man. That's all it took for City to get the lead. Well, we're on the back foot. Here I am dreaming about a treble. It could all go crumbling away. Bruno Fernandes seeing Mitoma make that run. This is looking very positive. Mitoma gets it on his right foot. Oh, that's off the post. Those are the fine margins, man, that can make you champion or a loser. Gotta keep pushing, though, as maybe we might have a chance here with Mbeumo. Nope. Goes for goal. No, the rebound also. Girassi, where was he running? Okay, looks like we're throwing the kitchen sink at it because it's Lenny Yoro on the charger looking for a cross. Girassi's header. No. You would bet your house on Girassi scoring that. You know what? We need a goal, and I think now is not the time to have Firmino on the pitch. We'll bring on Cunha, as well as Marcus Rashford for Mitoma. Bro, there's only going to be 7 Premier League games after this. We'll be like 6 points off Liverpool. Winning the title will be an afterthought. Oh, this is looking good. Cut back for Cunha. He comes off the bench and scores. As things stand, we'll at least get a point from this. But there's more than enough time for us to push for the winner. Let's go. Cunha again. I'm going to try and wait for that run from Mbeumo. Here we go. Looking back for Guirassy, who's not having the best of games. But that could easily change as he looks for Mbeumo here. This is looking brilliant. Still Mbeumo holds it up nicely. Waiting for maybe a shooting chance, and he gets it. We've made the comeback. The substitutions we've made have completely changed the game, as Cunha could wrap things up, and he does. 3-1. What a super sub Cunha has been. This now puts me in even more of a doubt on who should start, Fermin Lopez or Cunha. But by the looks of things, it might have to be Cunha. Oh my days. For the first time, we're top of the league. Okay, it's only because Liverpool have a game in hand, but this is a good spot for us to be in. Right now, I feel like we've got this squad in the perfect condition. We've got options in every position. The only thing that can really derail our season, I feel like, is an unexpected event. Let's just hope nothing like that happens. Well, this is kind of unexpected, drawing Liverpool so early on in the FA Cup. Oh, man, this is going to be an absolute grind. And I did say in the FA Cup, we will rotate the team, and I think we should continue to do it no matter the opponent. That's because we've got Champions League games coming up soon, big Premier League matches as well. We got to keep our squad fit. I will start Bruno, though. We need our captain on the pitch. The thing that Lisandro Martinez and De Ligt are now our backup centre-back duo, that's how much our squad has evolved. I mean, for an FA Cup team, this is still outrageous. And here we are, boys, gearing up for a battle against our title rivals. This time in the FA Cup. I feel like knocking them out here could be a great way to hurt their morale. Might affect them in the Premier League, drop points as well. And Rashford is trying to do exactly that. The angle wasn't there. Okay, Liverpool are a bit shameless, man. They've started Florian Wirtz. They've got Isaac. They've gone for their Gala 11. I mean, Lopez does so well and looks for Chido Obi. Gets there first off the crossbar. How many times are we going to hit the woodwork? Mo Salah, Dogu doing a good job. You know what? He's actually put in a proper shift against probably the best winger in the world. And oh man, this game was completely tight. Barely any chances. We're going to extra time. And you know what? The fact that with our second team, we were able to take this game to extra time, because now we can bring on Cunha, Guirassy, Kobbie Mainoo, Mitoma as well. We will just bring on everybody by the looks of it. And now with the fresh legs, let's try and win this game. Mitoma looking for a cross for Guirassy. How did he not win the header? Cunha looking for Ahmad. This could be the chance. The dribbling is there, and Ahmad's shot gets saved. Look at the way Liverpool is celebrating. That was our chance. Bruno Fernandes sees Guirassy here. Oh, what a chance. Serhou Guirassy in the 116th minute. That was what we needed off the bench. And the big man is sending us through to the FA Cup semi-finals. And that is exactly the kind of morale boost we needed. The Liverpool players look distraught. And come on, boys. The road to the treble is on. We could end up facing City, Aston Villa, or Spurs in the semis. But I'm confident against anyone now. But no time to rest, boys, as it's time for the Champions League quarterfinals. I am wondering who we've drawn. It could be AC Milan. It could be Barcelona. Not PSG, because they've been knocked out by Fenerbahce. Even Bayern are out. Oh, it's going to be Liverpool. Are you mad? We're going to be facing them again twice over 2 legs. And wait a minute, what on earth is this fixture schedule? We're going to be playing Liverpool 3 times in a row. We literally just played them twice in the Champions League, once in the Premier League, which is also going to be a title-defining game. Bro, I think our season is literally going to be decided by the next couple of weeks.
Dormammu, I come to bargain. Dormammu, Dormammu, Dormammu.
Do you know what? In that case, the recent FA Cup win for us is even more important. We've won the mental battle so far. And now for the Champions League, I think I'm going to start Baleba, because I want to play Cunha. He's been in great form. For that, we need a bit of a more defensive player. But I don't want to change anything else. And here we are, boys. Once again, meeting our Premier League title rivals. This time, though, in Europe's most elite club competition. I have a feeling they may have some tired legs, man. And maybe we can take advantage of it. Mbeumo already through on goal. And Mbeumo gives us the lead. 5 minutes in. Manchester United are on course of pulling off something special. Okay, we shouldn't celebrate too soon, because it's Alexander Isak coming at us now. Endo with the shot. Laments with the save. He collects the ball. Liverpool are turning up the pace here. Mo Salah is on the attack. Lewis Hall, we need you to mark him really well. Lewis Hall is standing his ground, but Mo Salah's gone. Eder Militao can't clear it. Lewis Hall can. I think we've got our tactics spot on in this game. Baleba's been solid. No. We've let Mo Salah through. Went for it, but from that angle, it wasn't going to be easy. Before we go to Anfield, I really want to take home at least a 1-0 win. Uh-oh, Liverpool have broken through. Reece James is trying to cover as much ground, but he goes to ground himself and Verts, but Eder Militao. That was a clutch block. Cunha's done everything right so far. And he manages to finish it. We make it 2-0 in this first leg itself. We're now going to go to Anfield with a 2-0 advantage. Now, I know that's not enough. I mean, we saw what happened to Barcelona back in 2019, but we're not bottlers, boys. I think we can get the job done. This was a huge result, but we got to do this all over again, this time in the Premier League. And you know what? With our points level, this game is even more important. It's basically a 6-pointer. If we win, we've closed the gap to Liverpool. But if Liverpool win, the gap might be a bit too much for us. It could end up being 6 points. And yes, there are going to be some tired legs, but we've prepared our squad for this moment. Kobbie Mainoo can play. Firmino can play. Rashford can play. El Hilali as well. Amatu. And still we've got a very competitive team. Might sneak in Dogu as well. Now, our last couple of games against Liverpool, we beat them both times. But those were at Old Trafford. We're now heading to Anfield, and this is going to be completely different. Do you know what? Getting a result here might be more important than the previous 2 games against Liverpool, because this could decide the title. Oh, no. I go sliding down, but Lamens saves me there. I'm telling you, despite of signing Emi Martinez, Lamens has only upped his game. But also, boys, at Anfield, it does feel like Liverpool are playing completely different. And Mo Salah goes through. Lamens again with the save. Finally, we've got a chance with a bit of space as Amad Diallo puts it into the roof of the net against the runner play. But we'll take it. We are literally owning Liverpool, man. This could be our 3rd win against them in like a week. No, Isaac, no, what a save, but Gakpo gets the open net. A draw is not going to be enough, boys, because that would give Liverpool the advantage until the end of the season. Okay, this could be it. Marcus Rashford, Van Dijk is not catching up. No, how is he caught up to him? Even though I know Cunha isn't fully fit, I think we need that goal scorer. I'm not going to make any other change. Oh, Rashford has won that easily, as we now look to maybe find Girassi. No! The first time effort went wide. Okay, we gotta stay patient, boys. The goal will come. We gotta just keep believing. The Premier League is on the line. We've got one last attack if the ref allows it. This is getting crazy now. Cunha breaking through. This could be the moment we're waiting for. Cunha squares it in the 93rd minute to keep our Premier League title hopes alive. That is just insane. I'm going to lose my voice, man, because I cannot believe these crazy moments we're having against Liverpool. Girassi's movement there to move away from Van Dijk, and then he had the simplest job in the world. And that was the last kick in the game as well. I can't believe it, boys. And that effectively puts us as the front runners for the Premier League title. Now, it doesn't mean we've won it, because Liverpool do have a game in hand. They'll be level with us on points, but we do have a way better goal difference. It's also kind of going to bring Arsenal into the mix as well. There's still a lot of Premier League to be played, but we're finally in a solid position. For now, we're going to wrap up the Champions League quarterfinals. We've got a 2-0 advantage, and it's a very gutsy move I'm doing by playing Chido Obi as well as Fermin Lopez. Girassi and Cunha are exhausted after that Premier League game. And all we got to do in the second leg is be patient, play it smart. If we score the first goal, I think it's over. I'm talking about the first goal. It might come for Liverpool as Alexander Isak scores. Well, are we going to regret playing Obi and Fermin? Because now we need goals. It's now gotten a bit too close. I think we can definitely bring them on in the second half, but I still feel like that was just an oopsie moment. We're still going to score in this game. Fermin looking for Mbumo, and wait, Obi, right place, right time. Obi's making a habit of it, and the fact that he scored in a Champions League quarterfinal. And see, that's where we got to trust the youngsters, boys. They do get the job done. And now one more goal, and this tie will be sealed. No. Liverpool trying to get a goal back. Militao's made a hash of it, but we somehow get it away. No, Isaac, why is he so good? As Militao goes with a strong challenge, referee doesn't call it. And now on the other end of the pitch, Mitoma's through, and this time he's not going to get caught up, is he? He isn't. And the Japanese international has made it 2-1, which means in aggregate, this tie is over. Manchester United are through to the Champions League semi-finals. Bro, at the start today, we had an outside shot of winning the treble. But look at us now, currently the leaders in the Premier League. Booked our spot in the FA Cup semis. And Champions League too, we're in the semi-finals. Next episode could really be the day we finally make Manchester United great again. When I replaced Ruben Amorim to take on the most high-pressure job in football, the role of being the Man United manager, I knew it wasn't going to be easy. And it wasn't. Our first season went by in just figuring out new tactics, signing players like Baleba and Mitoma to build the team around. But now in our second season, we're pulling off something special. Signings like Girassi, Eder Militao, they've completely changed the team. And with Bruno Fernandes at the helm, the Manchester United fans are finally starting to dream. This is not a drill, but we're on course to win a treble. In the Premier League, we had a titanic battle with Liverpool, and we came through with a Girassi winner in the 90th minute. That puts us in a great spot to win the league. FA Cup again, we knocked out Liverpool to make it to the semi-finals. Even in the Champions League, it was Liverpool who we destroyed, and we're yet to find out who we'll be facing. I mean, this is the business end of the season. Today could be the day we make Manchester United great again. I don't want to say it because I know it's too soon. But guys, we could really win a treble today. I mean, we've got everything locked in. The team is playing football like never before. The fact that we faced Liverpool in all competitions and we destroyed them in every single one. This team is on a roll, man. But the road ahead is only going to get more difficult because I know in the Champions League, we're probably going to end up with a really tough tie. Premier League too. Liverpool will have the same points once they win their game in hand. So it's going to be a proper battle. But it's in our hands now. If we keep winning, keep getting results, Man United will have their first Premier League since 2013. All right, boys, every game is now a final. We got to start treating it as such. Premier League now facing West Ham. These are the kind of silly games where we could just end up getting a draw or something, and then it completely throws all our hard work away. You know what? The way we destroyed Liverpool recently, I don't think we're getting any sort of a draw. We're going for the win. I was getting maybe a bit too hyped because we've just been opened up. Militao doing a good job. I'm so glad we signed a centre-back like him because we're going to need someone with his experience in the business end of the season. Because look at Militao, man. Absolute animal. And Bumo finding open space. Maybe he could go for goal himself, and that's a big save. I am starting to get a bit worried that 30 minutes in we haven't scored. But Militao's header is absolutely perfect. We've literally been hyping him up, and he's got a big moment. Okay, we just scored right now. Can we please not concede? And that's exactly what we do. Oh, and look at the West Ham fans celebrating with the bubbles and everything. Kind of cool that it's in the game. Do you know what? It would make me feel really nice to score with the bubbles, and there you go. Where are the bubbles now as Cunha gives us the lead? I see Girassi making the run. First time effort, and Todibo got a block. Oh, Baleba wins that with a lot of power. I'm waiting for somebody to make a run, and it falls for Cunha. Right place, right time. That's his 14th goal in the Premier League, man. And I'm glad we got this one out of the way. A 3-1 win. We march on in the Premier League. Oh, and Liverpool have dropped points. They bottled it against, I think, Bournemouth. I think now Arsenal is going to be a bigger threat to the title than Liverpool. Their morale has been completely crushed. Of course, thanks to us. And now we can just be calm and focus on the FA Cup because we've got the semi-finals against Villa. And I said this before, boys. FA Cup is going to be about our second team players to get some of the spotlight. I'm talking about you, Chido Obi. I need you to have a big game. We've got Firmino, Ahmad, all of them playing. Rashi as well. By the way, I just realized we haven't had an unexpected event in quite a while. I have a feeling one of them could pop up, man, before a big Champions League semi-final or something. So we got to be careful. Is that Memphis Depay? Fair enough. We'll have managed to sign him up for free, I think. And here he is against us, but he ain't getting past El Hilali. Okay, maybe he is because now Villa are again on the charger. Ollie Watkins through Emi Martinez. Big save. Okay, Marcus Rashford broken through, and Marcus Rashford. For a moment, I thought Villa were going to put us under pressure, but no worries at all. We've got Rashi. Bro, he looks like in the mood. Look at the movement here. Fermin Lopez as well. That's what I'm saying, boys. The kind of form this Manchester United team is, the mentality we've gotten in our players. No matter whoever you put out, there's only one goal, and that's to win. Bruno Fernandes looking for Chido Obi, who's looking to join in on the party. Can he get a goal in an FA Cup semi-final? Of course he can. The hunger we're seeing from even our second team. This makes me feel like even in the final, I need to be backing these boys because they've worked so hard to get here. And yes, boys, we can dream about the final now because we've destroyed Villa. We just keep marching on, man, in every competition. But it looks like it's going to be a Manchester derby in that FA Cup final. I am hyped. It's no longer like last season where we were fearing teams like City. Manchester's red now, and I cannot wait to destroy City. But now we've got the Champions League to worry about, and look at the results. once. Fenerbahce knocked out Atletico. Sporting knocked out Real Madrid. AC Milan knocked out Barca. Bro, the stars are all aligning for Manchester United to win their first Champions League since 2008. Oh my days, we're facing Fenerbahce in the semis. Bro, there's no excuses. That's the Fenerbahce team we're going to be facing. How on earth have they reached the Champions League semi-final? I have no idea. They've got a few players like Asensio on the bench. Ooh, former United man Fred the Red. There's also Edison in goal. But let's be honest, boys. Look at our team. This has got to be a cakewalk. I'll be brutally honest, boys. We've got the quality to wrap up this tie in the first leg itself. And that's what we need to be aiming for. And no, playing away in Turkey is difficult. But look at the players we've got. There's no comparison. Conditions are a bit tricky, so we're going to have to work for this. But Cunha breaks through. And there you go. First goal in the Champions League semi-final. Of course, it's Cunha. No, not this way. Laments, good save. Do you know what, boys? We're in the second half, and surprisingly, Fenerbahce are holding their own. Now, because we've been defending well, they haven't conceded, but I'm kind of surprised at how good they've been. Now we could change things here with Cunha, who finds Mbeumo. The build-up play for that goal. This is going to ease a bit of the pressure. We're 2-0 up. Full time, boys, and 2-0 is what we get away from home in the first leg. And 2-0 indeed was enough, as Manchester United have knocked out Fenerbahce. We're going to a Champions League final. And fair enough, AC Milan, they did manage to make the comeback. They will be our opponents, boys. That's going to be a cracking Champions League final, man. Milan's best player, Rafael Leao. They've got Loftus-Cheek, Nkunku, Adrian Rabiot. They've got a decent team, you know. Ooh, they've signed Jeremy Frimpong as well. But I'll be honest, boys. Right now with the team we've got, I don't feel there's anything that can stop us. Also, wait a minute, boys. Manchester City have sacked Pep Guardiola.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm.
We'll literally be facing Man City in like a week. That doing an FA Cup final, and we don't know who their coach will be. Okay, right now it seems like it's this Christian Vidal guy who's like their caretaker manager. But also look at the changes that's happened in the manager market. Some random Manuel Arias is Arsenal's coach. I have no idea who he is. Chelsea have signed Mikel Arteta. I guess now they'll be trusting the process for a few years. Spurs have got Antonio Conte. Bro, this makes me even more confident that we can win the treble, boys. City don't have Guardiola. We should be able to destroy them in the FA Cup. But wait a minute, boys. There's an unexpected event. Marcus Rashford and Serhou Guirassy were involved in an aerial battle, which resulted in both landing awkwardly and getting themselves injured. Are you actually joking, guys? Literally our main number 9 and probably a player we would look to replace him with. Why were they competing for a header? Who was running this training session, man?
Well.
Okay, let's not go crazy, because these might be minor injuries as well. No way. Rashford has broken his rib. How has he managed to break his rib, man? That is crazy. He's out for 3 months. And Guirassy has dislocated his shoulder. He'll be out for a couple of months. I think it's fair to say that both are going to miss the rest of the season. In the business end, where titles are going to be decided, we're not going to have Guirassy as well as Rashford.
Yeah, we are absolutely cooked, chat. GG.
And here I was saying that everything was going well. Absolutely brilliant, man. Now, we've got a couple of options of what we can do. One I'm thinking is playing Cunha up top as striker. Fermin Lopez in that cam spot. But with Cunha, I've noticed he doesn't have that hunger for goals. He's a great player making those late runs in the box. But as a poacher, as a finisher, I'm unsure. The other option we have is trusting Chido Obi. Playing Cunha at cam. I mean, Obi has been waiting for this moment. 19-year-old kid. He could end up playing an FA Cup final, Premier League deciders, as well as a Champions League final. By the way, what happened in the Premier League? Arsenal have taken the lead. Okay, we've got a game in hand. It's just because of that. And they play Man City later on too. So we should be fine as long as we keep winning. I think if I want to trust Chido Obi, we're going to have to test it now. See if he can handle the pressure and keep scoring in games like this. We'll make a decision on who starts the Champions League final and everything later on. For now, let's take things game by game. And right now, we're giving Obi the responsibility to shine. Oh, Mbeumo, the nutmeg there was class. And now he could score. Of course he can. What a goal from Mbeumo. Don't forget the likes of Mbeumo and Mitoma are also going to have to shoulder this burden. And Mbeumo did just that with a silky nutmeg first. That was unreal. Mbeumo again. Oh, he made that look so easy. The patience there from him. I think we found the player we need to give all the responsibility with the injuries. It's got to be Mbeumo. And that's a crucial win we've just secured against Bournemouth. And that means Arsenal now have the same points as us. But we've got a game in hand. Oh, but this is the problem, boys. Chido Obi doesn't have the stamina to play through this full game. I think we're going to have to use our strategy of having Cunha up top Hang on, boys. Mbumo can also play as a striker. Should we try this out? Mbumo up top. Out wide, we can have Ahmad. I think I trust this a little bit more. Oh, and the way we're carving through defenses right now. It's Mitoma completely through. He's going to square it for Mbumo as a striker, getting the job done. Cunha, and this is one thing we can do with Mbumo. He's got the pace and the way he destroyed that defender. Mbumo literally has 4 goals in his last 2 Premier League games now. And the thing is, he can also play those passes as he's now sent Cunha through on goal. And how did Cunha not make it 3-0? That's what I'm saying about Cunha and why I don't want him to be playing a striker. Sometimes he's not clinical, and we need a killer in the box in all these big games. And here's Mitoma. He wants to get himself a goal as well, and he does. We've completely outclassed Southampton. Just 2 games to go in the Premier League, and it really feels like we've got the job done. We've got a pretty decent advantage goal difference-wise as well, so as long as we win 1 more game, that'll effectively make us champions. But for now, time to turn our attentions to the FA Cup final. This could be the first trophy of 3 we can win. Now, Man City are yet to hire a new manager. They've still got a caretaker boss. Because look at where Pep Guardiola has gone, to Athletic Bilbao.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
But anyways, against this City team without Pep, what do we need to do to win? I'm thinking I want Firmino in this game just to overload that midfield. I will play Obi because it's the FA Cup. In fact, I will play the likes of Ahmad as well, Kobbie Mainoo, the players who've helped us get this far. I think they deserve to play. But we've still got our captain, Bruno, leading us. Player to watch, Chido Obi. I gotta say, boys, there's a lot riding on him for this game. Because if he performs, it might give us the reason to start him in a Champions League final later on as well. But come on, boys. Let's beat City, get the FA Cup, begin our journey towards the treble. Firmino. Looking for Mitoma, and now Chido Obi, this is his chance, and what a finish! The 19-year-old has just scored in an FA Cup final. All it took was 6 minutes. Uh-oh, there's Haaland and Doku linking up. Haaland hits the crossbar. Looks like everything is going in our favor. Why have we left so much space for Erling Haaland, man? That should be a crime. Dogu's trying to catch up to him. He does. I feel like City are easily capable of scoring a goal in this game, so we really want to try and make it 2-0 before that. Oh, this is what I'm talking about, boys. Haaland goes through, and what a challenge from El Hilali. Emi Martinez with the save. It should be 1-1, boys. Man City have had ample of chances. We're defending like our lives depend on it. Corner coming in for Erling Haaland. Akanji's header, and it falls for Rangers, but it's offside. The luck we have right now. Mitoma has opened up space. This is brilliant. And Mitoma with a magical goal in an FA Cup final. Against the run of play, I'd say. But now we're looking comfortable to win this. City are trying their best to get a goal back, man, but Emi Martinez is saving everything. But we've given the ball away to Haaland, and Martinez saves that as well. But the ball out wide with Mitoma. Maybe I could look for a cross here. I see Chido Obi in the box. It's a tough one. I can't believe this. That is the best header I think I've scored in FC26, and it's come from young Chido Obi. How did he leap like that and get the accuracy to beat Donnarumma? I think with that, Obi has answered one of our questions. He will start the Champions League final. I cannot ignore a performance like this. A brace against Man City. Haaland gets a consolation goal. The job's done though, so I don't really care. And it's full time, boys. The road to the treble is on. 1 out of 3 trophies secured. Bruno Fernandes lifting the trophy and celebrating it, but let's not celebrate too much. 2 more to go. How are Arsenal just 1 point behind us? I think focusing on the FA Cup, the Champions League, made us slip up a little bit in the Premier League. But with 1 game to go, as long as we win, we'll be champions of England. And also, Arsenal face Liverpool, so they're going to have a tough game. I think we should be just focusing on our job. And also, Chido Obi is not fully fit for this. And to be fair, we'll let him have an off day, boys. He absolutely cooked in that FA Cup final. He'll be back for the Champions League final. For now, I'm thinking Mbumo at striker, Firmino, Cam, Ahmad as well. Let's do that. 2013 since Man United last won the Premier League. We have an unbelievable opportunity to rewrite history here. Come on. I'm not liking the fact that Mateta just went through laments with the save. Maybe we are feeling a bit of pressure. Okay, I can't cross the ball because Mbumo isn't really good in the air, so we're going to have to try different ways to score here. But Palace are playing so deep. Well, Mitoma's just ran all the way here. Brilliantly done. Cuts it back for Mbumo, and he actually ends up scoring a header. The form he's been in since the injuries to Rashford and Guirassy, absolutely insane. Mbumo looking back for Mitoma. These two have taken all the responsibilities on their shoulders. Still Mitoma couldn't get the shot away, and Palace survive. It does feel like that this team does not feel pressure. The way we're controlling a title-defining game, it's absolutely insane. As Mbeumo looks to try and get another one. Good save. Bit of a dangerous situation we've got into, but Lamens again with the save. I presume we were going to have conversations of who's going to be the starting goalkeeper in the Champions League final, but I think Lamens deserves it. Now going forward here, we've got Fermin Lopez trying to open up some space. Mitoma, Bruno, if he can find some space to maybe go for goal. I would have loved to see a Bruno Fernandes goal. Bruno looking for Fermin Lopez, and the finish was so classy. 2-0 up against Palace. I think the job is done. And we did not leave it to chance, boys. The result secured. No matter what happened in the Arsenal game, it's Manchester United lifting the Premier League. First time since 2013. That's trophy number 2 secured. Just one more to create history. Looks like there is something certain in football, and that's Arsenal finishing second. Also, I just realized that we don't have a single player in the top 5 for the Golden Boot. How did we even win the league? And in fact, I feel like we scored quite a few goals. But I think it's because the goals came from everywhere. Guirassy 17, Mbeumo 16, Cunha with 14, Mitoma came in with 17 as well, Chido Obi with a big contribution. With Man United, our approach wasn't building a team around one individual. We really built a proper team, and the results are there to be seen. Oh, and by the way, Player of the Season award time. Is it going to be one of our players? I mean, we did win the league. Okay, fair enough. Gabriel Martinelli, he won the Golden Boot. Arsenal finished second. If Guirassy wasn't injured, I think he would have taken this award. But now we're heading to what could be the game that decides whether we win the treble or not, but also decide whether we end the series or not. And oh man, decisions before facing AC Milan. I think we got to start Chido Obi. You saw what he did to Man City. Cunha too has been such a goal threat. I think we got to go with this midfield. But Mainu has climbed in his overall to 84 to match Baleba, and I feel like in a big occasion like this, I want him. Mbeumo and Mitoma are guaranteed starters. At the back as well, I've no doubts about this back line. Emi Martinez does have more experience in finals, but Lamens has been the guy we've trusted. He was there to carry us in season 1, and I want him to be there to finish the job. Things have panned out so perfectly for Chido Obi is actually kind of crazy. But I think it's fitting that he's leading us in a Champions League final, because when we were struggling in season 1, I remember we gave Chido Obi a chance and he delivered, scoring against City. And now he's getting a big chance, boys, starting in a Champions League final. This is how both teams made the final, and to be fair, we got to take Milan seriously. They knocked out Barca. I'm nervous, boys. We are going to miss Guirassy, but I'm hoping not too much because we have Chido up top. And look at Mbeumo, man. The game has barely started. He's already trying to drive the ball forward. I wonder what the approach is going to be like for Milan. Are they going to play this smart, conservatively, or are they going to attack? So far, though, we're not giving them much of a choice, really. We have been the ones controlling the game as Obi looks for a phenomenal pass for Mbeumo as he tries to cross it in, but it doesn't work. He still has the ball, though. Mbeumo looking for a cross, back post. Mitoma's header cleared away. Obi, oh, that touch was really nice. He might have to shoot from distance, making that look easy. I'll say this, boys, 30 minutes in, it hasn't looked like the Chido Obi is nervous or anything. He looks in the mood. Milan, though, are keeping a lot of the possession, which is frustrating me, and it could lead to a chance as Loftus-Cheek somehow has broken through. Lamens, no! He was in no man's land, and AC Milan take the lead. This is where things start getting tricky, boys. A goal down in a Champions League final. We did not want that. And let's see if we can get an instant reply. That is what Mbeumo will want to try, but we're making mistakes. Halftime, boys, and I gotta say, we're missing a presence like Guirassy. Not because Obi isn't having a good game, but the physical presence Guirassy gave us. But no excuses, man. We've got 45 minutes to try and salvage this Champions League final. I do not want to lose this. Good ball in for Cunha as I see Mitoma making a really nice run. I need some movement. There isn't. Nobody even made a run towards the box. They couldn't square it. Players are starting to second guess themselves right now. It's the worst thing that could happen. And now look at how deep these guys have gone as Chido Obi, though, broken through. Massive chance. He drags it wide. No. That was your chance, Chido, to be a hero. I don't think he's going to get an opportunity like that. Well, instead it could be Cunha. It could be Cunha, who looks back for Chido Obi. There's no support. Maybe there will be. There is. Cunha made the run. It had to be him. And also, Obi has redeemed himself by being the provider. What was AC Milan thinking, leaving Cunha completely open? Everybody went towards Obi. And come on now, boys. It's 1-1. Game on. One more goal and we'll be Champions League winners. Kobbie Mainoo looking to take a volley. That was absolutely a belter. I want to see just how close it was, because tell you what, it didn't look far off. Oh my days, that was inches wide. And Bumo. Oh, gets past his man. And now I see movement. Cutting it back to the box. Cunha again. This man has probably just won us the Champions League. This is precisely why I did not want Cunha playing as like a striker. He's so good in this shadow striker role where he can just roam freely, pick out spaces, and then do this. And I think it's done, boys. We made the comeback and we have pulled it off. Manchester United, Champions League winners. After almost, what, 17 years? And all it took me was 2 seasons, man. Ruben Amorim better take notes. But from literally a team with a defunct formation, players that didn't want to play for this club, we built something special. It took us a while, but we built a treble-winning team. And remember, when we signed the contract to become the Man United manager, the goal was to bring back the glory days. And well, we've just done that. Big thank you for sticking around for this amazing journey we've just had with Man United. And don't you worry, there's going to be plenty more soon. For now, you can click here to watch another video.